All right, y'all. Welcome into another episode of TFU.
Let's go.
Woohoo! All right.
I still fucking hate
It's okay.
that
It's
whoop
okay.
whoop
At least
shit.
it came back and he didn't steal your shit this time.
I know. Last time he did try to steal it from me.
Yeah, I
threw you
didn't
off.
like it.
Huh?
I drove back angry.
No, I think you did like it.
It threw you off. You didn't even do anything.
I didn't know what to do with that because I
Oh,
wasn't
my
doing
God.
the whoop whoop shit.
Anyways, it's not just us in here today. We have
Not at all.
Emmy-winning producer,
Talk
actor,
about it.
Let's go.
comedian,
Let's go.
Ron G in the house.
That's what's up, man.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Man,
Welcome to the show.
Man, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Brad,
having
I'm so
me.
glad you showed up, man. We
I'm
appreciate
flattered. I'm
it.
flattered you even asked me to be on the show, man. This is dope, man. I just be out here doing life and somebody noticed some stuff. I'm like, that's cool, man. I appreciate
Nah,
you.
you funny as hell.
Thank you, bro.
Period.
Thank you, man.
Period.
How you been doing out here with all the madness in LA?
Outside is trash.
Yeah.
I don't know no other way to describe it. Outside is trash, and I feel like we are season 4 of the Hunger Games, in season 2 of Jim Crow. So
Damn.
a
Yeah.
lot is happening.
Yeah, a lot
These
is happening.
whites only establishments is crazy right now.
Yeah.
The whites,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
we're back.
What, white people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said we're back.
Are you including yourself
I
in
feel
that
like
in
he
that
did.
group?
Well, I feel
Yeah,
like I have
yeah,
to.
yeah.
We're making a comeback.
If
I gotta teeter back over to my
No.
people.
Have y'all
No,
ever not been? I don't feel like y'all ever not saying you back, meaning you left. You never left.
Well,
he's not included in the
AD
group.
You just don't feel it.
AD seems to
He's not
never
included.
allow
He's the
me to
blackest
be.
person here.
Here.
AD doesn't allow me to be white.
I don't allow you to be. You don't have any white friends.
That doesn't.
You have no white friends.
That's a
I
good
think
thing,
I
right?
do have a
That
couple.
is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
There's a couple of them.
So the
I'm
two
from
people.
a small town of 300 people in Nebraska, just so you know. Graduating
But you're
class
here now.
of 12.
Oh, he ran
So
here.
the two groups of people I'm scared of are black people with no black friends and white people with no black friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
They scare me.
They should. In this day and age.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get it.
And I'm from the South, so a long time ago I used to be scared of racist white people. Now I'm scared of concerned white people.
Concerned?
When white people get concerned, bad things happen around the black people. These people that's running amok right now, they're not mad. They're not racist. They're concerned.
So did you, are you only shopping at Costco now, or what's the deal?
I'm staying away from all the places that don't support.
No Targets,
I'm good.
no Walmarts.
I'm good.
No.
How you feel
I
about
don't
the
know who
Latino
else.
people?
They voted to cancel Taco Tuesdays. I don't know why you would do that, but I will vote for Donald. I'm like, yo, like you voted to cancel Taco Tuesdays and Cinco de Mayo. So I don't know what to tell you. The black folk, we had the answers, especially black women. Black women always have answers.
There you go.
We tried to, and then they voted against their own best interest. And I'm like, all right. Because here's the thing about being black, and you've been around black people enough. We can recognize a pimp, player, hustler in any environment. We'll smell it out. We be like, nah. That's why a lot of black men don't go to church. We like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people don't notice it. And we smelled it. And now it's happening.
Yeah.
So we're not
Definitely
surprised.
it's definitely some wild shit happening.
This is the second time, though. This is not our
No,
first
but he's
time
coming out
doing this to
Nah,
ourselves.
Nah,
This
he's
is the
coming
second
out
time.
firing. No, he's coming out firing now.
Yeah, because now it's this last time.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to win again.
But you know what?
He's never getting out of office.
Yeah, see,
Get
that's
outta
where
here.
I
That's
feel.
He's
wild.
never, there's
He's
no reason
gonna
for him to leave
find a
office.
way to stay in
After
there.
the destruction that's done this time, he's never
There's
getting out
not
of
a
office.
way though like this. He can't stay in office. That's not a.
Says who?
That's a far fetched.
Listen,
He's also
I
been
think he's
impeached
looking for
twice
it.
and has felonies and still in office. I don't think there's nothing he can't do.
You know, I thought
I mean,
for a
if we-
second after the assassination, he's going to be like, oh, he's a changed man. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I don't know how his ear grew back the next day, but you know, it's none of my business.
All he's doing is what he told everyone he was going to do. He
No.
said all this stuff out loud.
I don't think
while he was running
you're
for
not wrong.
president. Like everyone, he said, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this." And now he's implementing those
He kind of
things.
sidestepped the
And
Project
it's
25
like
stuff.
everybody. It was a landslide victory. That wasn't like a close victory. I haven't seen a voting like that in a long time.
Thanks to
So,
Elon, but it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, like
Elon should scare everybody. He scared me, though.
What do you think about the salute? Accident?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, accident or intentional?
If somebody slap you and say, I didn't mean to slap you on purpose, would you take that as an accident?
No.
So are you not?
That shit was crazy.
I have enough stuff to be upset about. I'm like, that's...
See, here's my thing with that and Elon going off, because I got a Tesla. And, it's like, when people are... You got to be like a certain amount of rich to protest certain things. Like, I can't protest my Tesla. I can't give my car back.
You can if you want to.
You could.
I can't. I'm not in any type of position to do that right now.
It's all good.
And I'm feeling about... I feel
But that's what...
I feel like protesting has its limits with affordability now. You can only
No, protesting is based off
affordability.
capitalism and what we enjoy as entertainment. There has to be some form of sacrifice to have a real protest, but nobody wants to sacrifice anything.
I know. That's what I mean.
There's no sacrifice. It's okay.
Yeah, but,
You don't have to.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
true.
have to.
You're back.
That's true.
Yeah. You're back.
That's true.
Right.
It's only for 4 years though, unless you guys keep mentioning ways for him.
Man, it's been 2 weeks.
to get out of
It's been
it.
the longest 2 weeks ever. My goodness. Make it stop.
Yeah,
Let me off. I want to figure out a way to safe unsubscribe from
He's
this ride we on
definitely
right now.
wilding. Wait, were you affected by the fires in any way? Did your house?
No,
Condo, nothing?
No, I'm staying in Redondo, but the air quality was bad. And then I think the height of it, I was in Vegas performing at the Comedy Cellar, so I was gone most of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to get out of LA anyway. The energy felt like the morale was low, man, because I host at Chocolate Sundays and trying to perform for people that are like crying on the inside.
Right.
It's a heaviness to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to comfort people that's going through stuff. It's like, I was performing, bro. I was on the ropes. I was swinging. I was Mayweather shoulder trying to give them these jokes, and everybody was like, you can just feel it, man.
Right.
But I fought through it, and I try to. One thing I learned about my improv coach told me this a long time ago. He said, it's not what you say, it's how you make people feel. So when I perform, I make sure it's an experience. Like, I want you to have a great, great time, and it'll
Right.
never be duplicated. You know what I'm saying? So we figured it out together.
Right. It took a second though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
How long you been in LA?
Man, 15 plus years. Yeah.
Me too. Like 2009, I came here.
Yeah. It's a different LA now.
Yeah.
It's
What
a different LA.
the fuck is happening?
LA was a good time.
Sucks.
LA used to be a good time.
Nightlife is shit.
I don't know if it
Education is
sucks.
shit. I live.
Have you been
like,
out lately?
Yeah, I'm always
There's
out.
no-
but the only
No, I'm talking about out.
Everything closed at 10 o'clock.
now that's true. Everything does close
Nothing's
earlier
open.
now. But I think that was COVID though.
It never came back.
That's definitely
That's
what
what
happened.
Vegas feel like too.
Oh, Vegas is closing. Vegas can't
Bro,
close.
if you trying to eat after about 12 o'clock, you'll starve in Vegas.
That's terrible. Vegas is supposed to be never closed.
Supposed to be, but folks, everything closed early.
Damn.
I was in a hotel about 11 o'clock. Everything was closed. And I was like, yo, this is wow.
I don't like. I moved downtown, man. Ain't shit happening.
downtown.
Everything's
Oh, it's a lot happening downtown.
everything.
Now you want to partake in, but it's a lot happening down there.
Yo, there's definitely a lot going on there.
Yeah.
But
Walking Dead down there, bro.
so like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pee and struggle. That's what it
that's
smells like.
the problem. Is like, what is happening with the tax money around here? We're the fourth biggest economy in the world, and everything sucks. Lost a tire to a pothole 6 months ago.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I've lost plenty of tires.
Since I've been here, I think
I
there's
agree.
been $1 trillion raised for homelessness in LA, and it's only gotten worse.
Yeah. I
What
don't think
the
you have
fuck?
answers.
We definitely don't have the answers.
Most people don't have answers.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
but
complaints,
we're-
but we don't have answers. Nobody has answers. That's the problem.
California's supposed to hold themselves as like, this
Can't live in
high
should, bro.
up,
Can't live in
all,
should. Should keep
you
your heart
know,
sick.
democratic place of greatness, and it's just getting worse.
But that's all of the country, bro. I don't think it's just us.
We have the
We
fourth,
can feel it.
We have the fourth biggest economy in the world,
You're not wrong.
and it's terrible here. Though
It's terrible everywhere,
terrible.
bro. We're not the only place struggling.
Right.
Shitting me.
So
You got
Rob,
no taxes in Texas, no taxes in Florida,
Texas going
no
through it
taxes
too.
in like 3 or 4 places. Colorado learned how to pay for all their shit with their weed, but we can't pay for shit over here apparently. This place is going down.
Yeah. Nah, I think it's all of us. It's the whole country.
well, how is it in South Carolina? Because that's
How
where
is
you're
it?
from, right?
So for me, South Carolina is a cool place to grow up and raise kids. I
Okay.
think after you become an adult, it becomes a trap. So if you don't get married and you just out there in the streets, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the city's on the outskirts of LA. LA is a very special place. Like it's here where you come to dream. But where I'm from, if you don't leave by a certain time, you kind of stuck. So you either have to get married or move away. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not a bad place. Like I said, great place to grow up. But after a certain while, if you're a dreamer or you want to support your own, start your own business,
right.
I feel like a lot of people don't support you until like you already pop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So how was it trying to become a comedian out there?
I started in Atlanta.
Oh, you started in Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, the day I graduated, I left and moved to Atlanta. I outgrew my hometown, and I was like, I got to go. Because it just, man, I had so much stuff going on. Senior year in college, had 2 kids and found out they wasn't mine. So I was like, I got to go.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
Wait. When'd you find out?
I found out one I knew wasn't mine, but a girl rounded up all the guys she slept with and said, you're the one. And then the other one was a girl I dated. And then I found out that it wasn't mine. And I was like 9 months in.
Women ain't shit.
No, they were preparing you for LA because that could happen here.
It's very
It's like he's going to LA, so let's get him ready.
At the time, I didn't know, but like now I know. Like it happens a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It happens a whole lot.
In fact, I heard that there was a guy that actually worked for one of those places. He actually quit recently. He said it was the most depressing thing he ever experienced. He said 50% of the phone calls that they were getting the information, 50% of the time, it was never the guy's baby.
Yep. And then the state I'm from, South Carolina, if you sign that paperwork, it's yours no matter what.
Forever, you can't get out of it. That doesn't make any sense.
Or if you're married and your wife cheat on you and she has a kid, you're still responsible for it in South Carolina.
Oh, I'm never going to South Carolina. That's terrible.
Unless you're in the military or you're going to college, there's no real reason to.
So they try to stick you with the child support forever.
Did you sign the paperwork?
No. Huh. No. Nah. Yep.
So you had suspicions beforehand.
So the funny part is my dad, old school black man, no filter. My dad was like, hey, let me tell you something, son. That baby got a normal size head. I'm not saying it ain't your kid, but you might want to go take a test. And I took a test, and I found out it wasn't mine.
And you use that same technique on the next one?
Oh, but one of them I knew it wasn't mine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have to take the test on one of them. But the other one, yeah. But she was pointing at me. The other girl was like, that's your kid. And her mom came to my parents' house and everything.
Damn.
It wasn't mine. No apology or nothing.
Hell yeah.
That
They don't
sucks.
apologize. They don't fucking apologize.
That's weak. Oh, yeah, that happened to you, too.
Happened to you, too?
Yeah.
I got put in a baby book. I had to hold the kid.
Wait,
I was
you got
forced into it by my...
A baby book?
Yeah.
What you mean baby book?
Well, I was like 18. Some girl I slept with accused me of having a baby. For 9 months, I was avoiding that bitch. Like, that is not my kid. It wasn't. I took the test. Shit was not my motherfucking kid.
I know you was doing backflips.
Did you do the Jerry Springer?
Hell yeah. I can remember
the
where I
Maury
was.
Povich dance?
I remember where I was. I was in my friend's car or whatever. My parents got the fucking paperwork at the house and just called me.
Yeah.
They still got that bitch locked up in a safe.
That's funny.
Coming back from me.
So what was your response to her when you found out?
Told you.
Yeah? This is in her face? Or this is on the phone?
Listen, I just fucking never talk to the bitch again. You got the paperwork, bitch.
That's funny.
The fuck?
A baby book? What's a baby book?
You know, where they put the kids fucking like...
Oh, the photo in the life? And you in there like
you
this?
start filling the shit out, and they got like the footprints in there and all that shit.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? And they're like,
Oh, you bought him a baby book?
fuck no.
Oh.
I didn't buy
Bro,
shit.
you're hilarious.
No?
No, I was like 17. Bitch called me when I was like fully padded on the way to a football game. Having a baby.
You played like shit, didn't
I
you?
was like,
touchdowns that day.
there was a slight pause. I was like, so? That's hilarious. I was like, I don't know what you want, man.
Hey, listen.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. So is funny.
That's definitely what I
That's
said.
a great response.
So?
That's that third grade response.
So? Yeah. That's
funny.
about how old I was. That's what it felt like. Anyways, I was like, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm moving away for college. You probably don't want me to be this kid's dad anyways. And I know it's not mine. See ya.
So have you ever seen her since then?
No, like social media.
But never like you encountered her? Like if you saw her like today, what would you say to her?
I told you, bitch.
Just regularly.
You're sick for trying to put me through that. You're sick. I was young. No, I don't know. But the crazy part was I was going to ask you, did you have to go in somewhere to take the test?
We sent the test off, and I got the test results. They mailed it to my folks' house.
Because recently I just saw you could get a fucking a child DNA test at CVS. It's over the counter.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
At
I think
CVS?
so,
Yeah, I was like, what the
Damn.
fuck? Technology's really coming up.
That's
You
dope.
can
Test
Those
anything
are-
at CVS.
What, can they tell you like in a few minutes?
I don't know. I didn't read the back. It's locked up. I have to ask for
Yeah.
a key to get it, but.
Hey, babe, brush your teeth. Let me get the toothbrush.
And also, yeah.
Mail this off.
Yeah. Also, one was like $25. One was like $200. So it's kind of like buying a condom.
You got the $25 one?
I didn't go for that. I don't need one right
that's
now.
funny.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
got two kids, two beautiful young daughters. Thank you, Lord.
Salute. I got a personal question. What did you do with that anger though? 'Cause I still feel like it was present when you just said that. You like F you, I got you. Like what did you do with that energy?
Still there.
Back
Oh
then?
no,
No,
he's
now it's still
angry.
there.
Oh no,
I feel
it
it.
still lives within him. He's angry. He's a very angry person.
I thrive off the energy that my past nemesis has brought me.
Yeah.
It burns a hole in my
Yeah.
soul every day.
So you know what I learned about
She's
that?
in there.
What's that?
I learned that most of my mistakes came when I dealt with girls who chose me. And I didn't choose them.
Wait a minute. So if a fat girl chose you, you was dating her?
No, I'm saying the
No.
mistakes in my life came because the girl chose me and I went along with her program versus having a woman go with my program.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
I was young.
No. I didn't know.
I was younger. She
So
was.
if a girl
example.
liked you, then you started dating
Here's the
her?
thing about a man. When
Okay.
a man is clear about his plan, he date for where he's going and not where he at. Most dudes date for where they at. So by the time you get to where your career is going, the woman you with don't match where you're going.
Oh.
So you're dating women who chose you. The women I chose that I messed up with, they chose me, and I went along with their program because I didn't use my big boy voice and be like, nah, we're not doing this.
Oh, okay.
You never had a girl ask you to be her
always-
boyfriend?
No, I always pick. I didn't know.
You never had a girl be like, what are we doing?
No.
Knock at your
Never.
door.
Not even when
That's
you were
not
younger.
what he's saying. Like he's not saying he got picked up by the girl. He's saying the girl follows him in his path instead of him being led by the female in the relationship or like being like.
They don't.
Girl be like, I like you.
Am I
And I'm
right?
like,
Like, you
cool,
weren't-
because it's no work. All right, cool. I go along with it. Later on, you like,
Oh, no.
people like, you date so-and-so? I'm like, what'd she say? I don't care. Like, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, I'm very intentional about who I bring into my life.
Yeah,
And again, you're an adult now. We're talking about before you figured this
no,
part
that's
out.
true. But you know what it is? I was always like this.
Yeah?
I didn't give a fuck. They was either with me or not with me. If they wasn't doing what I wanted to do, then I wasn't really fucking with them. I've been like that my whole life.
Yeah?
Yeah, day one.
I went along because I didn't care. But now it's like I care and I'm
Oh,
very
I
intentional.
understand.
I
But
got
you
too
know
much
what
to
it
lose
is?
now.
I never wanted a bitch walking around talking about, I knocked AD down. No, we don't even give him credit.
AD
We
down. It's one-
I knocked AD down. I knocked it down.
we special.
like,
We
the
special.
dude with the
I mean,
podcast, I smashed that.
I smashed
I mean,
that.
I'm not giving them kind of
Hertz
stats.
smashed that.
That's wild if a girl would say that. You imagine they out there talking like that? I smashed AD the other
No,
night.
listen, you'd be surprised with there's some bras out there. They're a little ruthless.
Yeah.
And they're very intentional. And I've been exposed to it, and I'm aware,
Yeah.
and I get it. So I'd be like, I'm cool.
I was younger back then, though, you know. I was taken advantage of by an older lady. She put me onto Cisco. Got me drunk.
The drink or the singer?
Not that singer. Have you had Cisco?
She put you on the
I'm
it's the
surprised you
drink.
even know Cisco the drink.
She put you on the I'm from the South.
Yeah.
You know
I'm from
what
the
Cisco
South.
is?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
isn't it like 90 proof or
It's
something?
fucked up. I know that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
something crazy.
maple syrup alcohol in
Can't
a,
you light a fire to
in a
it?
little bottle in a liquor store.
That's funny.
Cisco.
I'm from the South. That's very common.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mentioned like you performing chocolate sundaes.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because I seen the videos on
wait a
YouTube.
minute. I want to hear about, before we even jump into that, I would love to hear about your comedy in Atlanta. Because that's
Yeah.
where you kind of
Yeah,
got
yeah.
started.
I started there. I started this place called Uptown Comedy Club, and it was like ruthless.
That's a famous
Apollo
comedy club, though, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Yeah.
The building now is probably like the third version of it.
Okay.
But the one I started at was like the first version where they had Apollo night, and that's the basically dope dealers and strippers. Like legit, all your Atlanta videos and songs you love, everybody was in that room. Dope dealers and strippers, and they came to boo. And I went up on Apollo night because my cousin was a comic. He was like, man, you funny, man. You should go up there. And I had one joke he gave to me, and they brought me up, and the lights was hitting me in the face. And I got on stage, and I said that one joke, which was trash, and they booed me. Boo was okay. Then they told me to kill myself. Not even lying. Told me to kill myself. And I'm sitting here like, do I run? It was a door like right here. And I'm like, do I run? I've never been booed before. You know what I'm saying? And then In the back, they had a whole group of people that heckled, and they threw a boo grenade. All I heard was, and everybody at the same time was like, boo. Then they played that, I forgot the name of the song, but it was like, I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough. And all this is happening at the same time.
Damn.
And I got off, and the host was like, yo, y'all show some love for Ron G. And they was like, boo. And it's like, man, y'all gonna boo his name? Ron, boo, G, boo, Ron G, boo. And I sat down next to my cousin, and he looked at me, he was like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And
was he the one who gave you the joke?
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
You remember the joke?
Yes. I can't say it.
Oh, okay. It's that bad. Okay.
No. It's just different times we live in, so I just, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back then, it was slap. But now, no.
Okay.
And I didn't deliver with confidence either.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you ever get the applause that you were waiting for?
That day?
No, not that day.
No,
Did you ever go back and say,
yes,
and go up there and kill it? Let's hear about that.
So I fell in love with comedy, man. For some reason, like if you're an athlete too, right? Former athlete. When you're an athlete, if you had them Oklahoma drills, you know you got to lay on your back and get up and then hit each other.
Right.
If you get knocked out, that will decide what you do after that determines whether you're gonna join the band or you're gonna figure out how to get that dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That dog in you, or you play basketball, you get dunked on. That's gonna decide whether you join the band or you like, I need to do something different. You know what I'm saying? But I fell in love and I'm competitive, and I just kept going on stage every day. I kept going on stage and trying to figure that thing out. But the problem was I'm the kid from the hood, but I went to college. So my voice is different, and I got to figure that part out. I'm for real. So I'm performing for dope dealers and strippers. They don't care what I'm talking about. So my voice is different. I had to figure that thing out. But once I figured it out, I was like, oh.
You needed more slang words?
Nah, just I was performing for an audience that didn't want to hear what I had to talk about.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So then you
like, imagine you going back home to your hometown talking to your childhood friends. Everybody gonna get it.
No, they not gonna get it.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right.
So it's like,
no, I know what you're saying.
I left the hood.
So
I'm
you
from the
start
hood,
talking about hood shit that they can relate to?
Nah, I just figured my voice out. But it's just like comedy. The hardest part about comedy is finding out what you want to talk about. Because in LA, everybody quote unquote funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what do you want to talk about to where people care about it? You know what I'm saying? Everybody here got an experience, but how do you got a podcast? How do you make people care about what you're talking about? But when you find that through line and make the room small and figure that part out and lean in, that's what it is.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it. And so then, how long did it take you before you start getting those applauses?
About 8 months, I got my first standing ovation. And that was this is what you do. Because I just hit another gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got another gear when the dog kick in. You're like, oh, okay. And then I went back to the place that booed me probably about 6 months after that. And I did like 6 minutes, which is great. You know what I'm saying? And I won. And I was like the beginning of, okay. And then they closed down shortly after. So I was like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just leaned in. But now it's like I know specifically what my lane is. And finding my voice, like every day I'm like, I keep having these dope experiences to find my voice. Like when I won the Emmy, I wound up going, I did a show for CNN called United Shades of America. And I don't know if you saw the preview, but it's like the host talked to the Klan members. You ever see that clip?
No, I haven't seen
Black guy talking to the Klan members. But the show, the same show, I did another season, and it was Trump's first term. So we went to the Reagan Center where they had the alt-right, which is white nationalist convention. We went to gangs in Chicago where they cut $100 million from the education budget. We went to South Dakota where they did the Dakota Access Pipeline where the Native Americans were like protesting. These people drilling pipelines through their water. We went to DC where a lot of the kids in cages. I don't know if y'all remember that when they was doing the detention centers for migrants, and they had them kids sitting in cages with no programs. Like even prison had programs where you can like get a degree, you can learn a trade, but they had them kids sitting in these basically concentration camps like all day long with no programs. And it's 3 hours away from any major city. So even if you find a lawyer that would take your case, it's 6 hours round trip. So basically you sit there forever. You know what I'm saying? But being on the ground during that time, it sharpened my voice and gave me an experience like, oh, so just talking about cheesy stuff no more didn't feel right. So now if you hear me perform, I'm giving you gems, and I'm like, I'm rocking the boat too. You know what I'm saying? While I'm performing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What you think about this plane crash? Just happened. Hot news. Plane, helicopter.
I want to know who's on that plane.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
That's what everybody want to know. 60 people on their way to Wichita,
67.
Kansas.
67 people.
67.
Yeah, I want to know who was on that plane. Doesn't make sense.
It's always interesting when you get the backstory.
Yep.
Then you be like,
So I'm a spiritual being, and whenever my spirit alarm goes off, when it doesn't feel right, it's usually attached to money. Everything that happens when you like in life, you like, that doesn't make sense. Kobe, Michael Jackson, 9/11. It's just always some money behind it, and you could feel it.
Yeah.
So now I always sum it up. If it doesn't feel right, definitely money.
Damn, you think Kobe was murdered?
well, I know what he's talking about.
I don't know. Nobody knows. Just didn't feel right.
You know what he's talking about, right?
Can you elaborate?
Well, he's talking about the company that had the same name as him. He had his name trademark. That's what you're referring to. He had his same name trademark. He was winning.
All I know is he flew the helicopter every single day.
Yeah.
And one day it didn't make it. So I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't have the answers to none of this stuff. I just know it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Right.
Going back with you winning an Emmy in that show, how did you land that? How? Because I saw you're a producer. Like, what were your duties among that show?
So the cool thing about LA is you have access. You have access that if you're in your own hometown, you don't get access if you have a dream. Here, I wound up taking a show that I didn't want to do. It was hosting a music festival in Pasadena, and it was like a 3-day festival. The money was all right, and I was like, man, I'd do it. And I wound up doing it, and between one of the acts, the DJ didn't come out, and the artist didn't come out, and I had to fill in that space. So I was just up there cooking. I was giving it to them. I'm roasting people, having a good time doing my set. Because the problem is, if you're doing a 3-day festival, I don't want to burn all my material in one day. It's like these people are gonna come back in 2 more days. You know what I'm saying? But I was giving it to them, and then the next day, EP from the show was like, hey man, and I knew him. He was like, yo, we got this really dope show where we need a young black voice to partner with the host to like take notes and be a part of him. And it's so funny because we had something called the Black Van, because when all Trump first term, all this stuff was happening and it was affecting minorities. And so the Black Van was all the black people, and we could decompress while all was happening. So like when I was in that Reagan Center and they doing the alt-right pro-white nationalist movement, and they talking about how black people and brown people make property value go down, just pissing on, people of color. We all had to decompress because like it broke my heart, because the only black people in the room were security and the people serving food. And they just talking to black people with dignity, just putting food down. You know what I'm saying? Security guards sitting there protecting these people, and it's like, they don't even know. And we had to decompress because it's like, if somebody who ain't from that place try to chime in and tell us how we supposed to feel, like it turns into something else. But it shaped my mind to be like, yo, I care. Like I knew I care about people, but when you see all the stuff that happened in the world, it's usually attached to some form of money not getting to the people that need it. And then they blame the people. Like, our country's great at blaming victims. Like, we're great at that. How can somebody jump across the fence and take a job at a company that they didn't get hired for? Somebody has to hire these people, but instead of blaming the person that hiring them, they will blame the person who's getting the job. You know what I'm saying? Even the first time I hosted Slut Walk, I was a co-host at Slut Walk. I was like, I was with the movement of like, you shouldn't shame a woman for wearing she's wearing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why would she wear that? She deserved to get raped. And you're like, no, how about don't rape people? How about that? Like, don't put your hands on somebody because whatever, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
But our country's good at shaming victims instead of like blaming the people who's really at fault. It's a deflection. But great opportunity. I really loved it, man. Life-changing experience. And it really, it sharpened my tools. Like this art of, even doing podcasts, it sharpened your tools where, if you need to speak publicly, you sharpen it here.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself going into that lane of news and comedy, like, Trevor Noah and, Daily
That
Show?
ain't my lane. Mine is more the spiritual and like mental health part of it. Like that's my lane. Like I don't do politics like that, but I care more about the mental health part of it. Like LA, like I had a podcast called the 2-Piece Podcast, and it's for personal growth for men. Because a lot of times men, we set out for goals, but we don't work on the stuff that help us sustain it once we get to it. So like if you're like, yo, I want to be a billionaire. Yeah, that's cool, but how can you stay up here if you haven't worked on yourself at all and you're only good at that one thing? You got too many blind spots. So I care about that part.
So what are you doing with that? Or like, what's the goal with that? Or how?
Podcast or just in general?
In general, I guess, if that's like what you're working.
It's just my passion. It's my passion to like help men navigate through our goals. Like we all have a goal in our head, but a lot of times we don't start at the same point.
Right.
And women assume that all men should. By this time, you should. That's why I said living in should will keep your heart sick. Men should. We should. I'm like, no, we shouldn't. We don't know. I feel like most marriages don't work because men are competing with the man that's in a woman's head.
That's true. That's some real shit right there.
And how do you navigate through that? Because you're always trying to please the man in their head, and like he ain't even real.
Right.
Women leave because they unhappy. Men stay. We stay because we like seeing her happy.
You still married?
Yeah, I've been married 5 years.
How's that going?
How's it going?
Every time, no, everybody I know that's married, they having a terrible time.
So
everybody.
I tell my home, I actually like my wife. People get
That's
married
always
for love.
helpful.
I like my wife. It's different. I married somebody that I was in love, like crazy in love, where I wasn't in control of it because it felt good, and I was miserable. But I like my wife. The thing I said earlier about going along with a woman program, I chose my wife. When I was serious, I was like, yo, you got phone calls to make. I got phone calls to make. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Before that, I would just go along and people like, oh, that's your girl? I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, why not? You know what I'm saying? So I was very intentional. But the guys, if you look back, based off who they chose, they probably chose based off where they at and not where they going. So you get a cute chick, she about as useful as a wisdom tooth. Can't read, not nurturing. How do you do life with somebody like that?
Can't read.
Can't read, yeah. Then you add a kid to it.
I don't know. Maybe I need to reevaluate some of these things.
You en route?
Yeah.
You en route or you anti
what?
marriage?
By all means, you're
anti half for sure.
I saw the clip.
I don't do half. Half is not even an option for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would never do that.
So the last one was the one minus the whole.
No, I think in my life I've missed 3 of the ones.
3?
Yeah, 3.
That's good.
God gave me 3. He gave me 3. He definitely got some more for me, but I didn't.
He got another batch for you?
Yeah, he got another batch, but I definitely passed up on 3.
Yeah, I feel like in life you only get 2.
Damn.
I think you get 2. So the
You
fact
only
you
get
got
2?
3, I think
I'm
you get 2.
glad I don't think that, because then I'll be asked out.
It's definitely not 1. You don't get 1. Because
Right.
if you get 1, then somebody marry you at 1, then it's all thrown off. But you get at least 2. And the 1 is that young one where you don't know any better. And 2 is the one that's like, oh, we've been through life and we sober and let's figure this part out. You don't get that many after that.
Nah.
My dad
I'm hopeful.
I'm
hopeful.
You're very
I'm hopeful.
stuck in how you think. And you got to find somebody who will be open to pivot with your stuck in how you think.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not gonna mess this show up.
No.
No, but like, I'd rather you be happy than this show be successful.
Hilarious. No, you have a very strong point of view, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. As a man, you should have a strong point of view.
I have a very
if
strong
somebody
point
has to
of view.
live in your space all the time, and you don't bend on anything, because all marriage is conflict resolution and decision making.
The only reason I'm glad you're saying this because he has passed on no marriage advice for anybody over here. So I'm glad to get a different perspective on it.
I don't even care if you get married, but you don't want to have a partnership with somebody.
Okay, so I don't know everybody's situation. Let's just say you were the provider and all that stuff. Yeah. You should like let them like make decisions.
What you mean? You mean you said if I'm paying the bills, should I let my wife make decisions?
You pay for every single thing. You're a gazillionaire. You gonna let them make decisions?
What type of decision?
No, let's just
no
say,
context?
Huh?
No context?
I mean, just period.
Any decision, like, hey,
I believe.
Any financial decisions.
like
do they get to make those?
Buying groceries?
Huh? No, of course.
Hilarious.
Who cares?
Bro, you're hilarious.
No. I'm saying like financial decisions. Do you think they should be a part of that decision?
What about like, I don't like this car, I want this one.
Yeah, I could care less about cars. They can get any car
Not this
they want.
house, I want to live in this neighborhood. Our kids should go to this school.
See, I won't let them make neighborhood decisions.
What about our kids should go to this
They
school?
could be like, I like that house. That's cool. But neighborhood decisions, I'd be like, you don't really know anything about real estate. What are you? Why?
Bro, you're so funny.
Why are we even like? What
This
are you
is a thing
talking
for you.
about?
This is a thing. This is dope.
No, it's not. It's not a thing.
It's not an act.
No,
That's
no,
a thing.
no. No, but why would I let her make real estate decisions if she doesn't know anything about real estate?
Wait a minute.
My friend,
But that's business, though. That's different from...
Right, that's business stuff. So they shouldn't be a part of that. But now they should be like, I like that house, though.
It depends on who you marry. So, again, back to marrying somebody you like. I believe women, I'm going to say in general, have access to God. If they choose that path. Every woman don't. You have access to God, but that's through the feminine part of them.
The only reason why I struggle because you just told me that 2 people told you to have access to God. That was your baby, and that wasn't your baby.
These were not godly women. And this is before I knew who I was. This is before I figured it out. So I'm saying the right women have access to God and they hear from God. So I'm saying I don't reject wise counsel from anybody.
No, I wouldn't either.
But what I'm saying is if it comes in the form of a woman, I don't reject that. That's why you marry. It can come in the
form of a child for me.
But also, since I've been married, my money got better.
Why is there no female prophets?
Huh?
Why are there no female prophets then? In biblical sense of any of that.
That's above my pay grade.
If the females are talking to God, how come
none
of them have told us anything?
The one thing that he said that Ron just said that Steve Harvey told me, he said when you get a wife, you make more money.
You make more money.
And that's what he told me. I'm still stuck on that. I'll be like, Steve, for real?
Because you ain't tricking no more. Like, the amount of dates you got to go on.
But it's only tricking if it hurts.
Completely understand. But it's still, if it ain't tricking, it's either time or money that you're giving to this woman.
Energy. You have to think of, instead about thinking about making money, you're thinking about, okay, I need to take this girl on a date.
You managing fears.
But also you don't have shit. Imagine if you didn't have like anything to think about except going home to your girl. Once you got home, you don't got shit to do but hang out with your girl. You just be thinking about other business things and then start making more money. You got nothing else to think about.
All that stuff is...
You just sitting around thinking.
It's not sustainable.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing right now, it's cool. But at some point, we got health now. We can make decisions and... You know what I'm saying? But gravity and time.
I'm taking some of this in.
I see you as like a Nick Cannon type of guy. No. Just a bunch of babies. Let your legacy live on. You know what I mean? Don't tie yourself down.
I have no babies.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, I just want one.
So what do you do with these toys?
Huh?
So if you don't have a kid, what do you do with these toys when you're done?
I'm just hoping he leaves it to me.
Yeah.
Alejandro's trying to be his son.
What do you do with all these things that you're collecting?
Hey man, we try.
Then,
listen,
hear me out.
Everybody hasn't figured out life. Everybody is at different levels and different stages.
This part right here.
I know. You seem like you figured some things out, but you did get married.
Yeah, I did.
So you did get married, and you said you're having a great relationship. Everybody can't say that. My counterpart, he struggles in that category.
I get it, but it's waves. It's waves. Have you ever? What's the longest you've ever been in a relationship?
I was married for 15 years.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, have you updated your software since the breakup?
What's funny is he said was too. That was that part.
But it's also young love, right?
What's that? I mean,
it was a young love.
It's not his. It's not his.
Well, I mean, currently separated.
Right, but again, also that's the young love. That's why I said it happens twice in life.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a young love where you don't know any better.
Like 22, 21, 22.
It's not wrong. I just, whatever your situation is, I hope that whatever situation you're at right now, you update your software. Because when you don't update your software,
well,
that's when you either stay on the revenge tour.
I'm always updating. I got ADHD. I forget about most things that happened a couple days ago.
Well, it's a coping mechanism and it protects you. I got ADD too. I don't remember a lot of stuff. A lot of trauma I have, I forget.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's nice.
I just hope you update your software when you're done, whatever happens. Yeah.
Thanks.
For real, bro. I've been there.
Currently updating.
It's currently updating.
Yeah. Before I met my wife, I had the one that changed everything. That heartbreak. That was the one that gave me the tools for this. Because I wouldn't be here without that last heartbreak.
So you were married once before now?
No, I had a really bad breakup before I met my wife.
Okay.
But I also knew I wanted to get married because I didn't want to have a kid and do it by myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm too busy to raise a kid. Oh, and I don't want no baby mama. Because I
definitely don't want a baby mama. But I could always take the kid over the mom now. Like you could just give me the baby. And then I just figure it out from there.
Bro, you're too busy. How does that work?
No. I just hire help. We figure it out.
Completely understand. You're not wrong. But having a kid, bro, kids gravitate to whoever they spend time with.
You have a kid?
I have a kid. He just turned 2.
Oh, that's
so what I'm saying is the long-term plan. That's why I'm asking you, like, do you want kids or whatever? Because what does that look like? Let's just say if you don't get married, you have a kid and you have somebody help you raise your kid.
Right.
How do you spend time with your kid if you're always busy? And you
I'm not always busy.
I feel like when you have the kid, you just want to.
Aren't you still in grind mode? You're still in grind mode, right?
Huh?
You're in grind mode, right? Like you can get a call and like, hey, I gotta go to New York tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
That's grind mode. So
I don't know if that ever really stops.
Yeah. I feel like you want the kid to be like 12, 14 years old right away. Ready to teach him shit. You know what I mean? It's like the years before. I know. But I feel like you want like the 12-year-old right away, but the first 12 years.
Because babies don't care about that. Babies don't care about that part. But you're like, oh, I can just, no.
At what age do you really, like, 2 years old, is he going to remember anything?
Doesn't matter.
Like you can come in right when they're 5.
Bro,
and
I was traveling. I was on tour when my baby was 1. I'd be gone for 2 days and I had to reintroduce myself.
Yeah.
And as a man, it does something to your spirit. Like, because you already feel like you're in the way anyway. Because you're spending time with mom, right?
The first 7 years is like very impressionable on the kid, 4 or 5 years. But also, like, when my kids are young, they go to Israel for like 2 months every summer to spend time with their family over there.
Right.
When they were younger, they wouldn't, like, it would be different when they came back after 2 months. They'd be like, standoffish.
Who's the tall guy?
Because what you're saying right now is business. And you can't treat a kid like business. So I wonder, just walking it all the way through, let's just say you do have a kid and you're not married. How do you do life and nurture this kid and nurture the business by yourself? Because if you have a good partner, you know they're getting left in good hands and they'll take care of your kid and raise them right. Because if not, some stranger, whoever that person may be, will raise your kids, teach them morals, teach them values, because they'll spend more time with your kid than you would.
I'll
and
raise
then you'll have a kid that wind up hating you. Huh?
I'll raise his kid. I'll spend time with him.
Hell no.
Damn.
Hell no.
Damn, Alejandro.
You teach him Spanish.
That's funny. Funny.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Kids are tough.
I feel like life is all compromised. Nobody can have it all. I don't care who you are.
So I'm looking on this paper, Rod. They said you won the last comedian standing. Tell us about
I didn't win.
that.
I was a finalist.
Oh, you was a finalist.
I made the last round, which is a big deal.
Okay. How many people were in that contest?
Shoot, it was about 20-something.
20-something?
Yeah, I think I made the last 7 or something like that.
What city hosted it?
It was in L.A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This one was different because they had a lot of reality stuff, which I didn't necessarily like. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, let's just say podcast is a show, and the other show in between is somebody recording the BTS. Mm-hmm. And when the camera come in, he just jump up and start being super silly because he want to be on TV, but he's really a quiet guy. And you're like, why you being weird? Like, what's happening?
Right.
A lot of that was happening, and I'm not like that. When I'm who I am, but on stage I'm a 10. Like I'm right now I'm a 3, but on stage I'm a 10. I'm
you
like,
all in.
Yeah. But on that show, everybody would just become somebody when the camera's walking around. I'm like, yo, weird. So it was an interesting experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Did the BTS part have anything to do with who wins too?
Yes. Because when the cameras come in, that's all America care about. They want to see who you are, even if it's not real. And they believe that. So my episode, they had two white guys, and they were, I forgot the name of them. They were like a cheesy, you ever see the movie Dumb and Dumber? Mm-hmm. And they were very cheesy. So we went to Vegas, and they was like, hey, you guys gamble? And they was like, no, but we hit the jackpot with Jesus. Very cheesy, right? And so they put me in a confessional, and they was like, do you like those guys? And I was like, nah, because they mocking my Jesus. Like, I don't play with other people's religion like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, and he was like, you can't say that. I was like, what do you mean? It was like, because it's not on camera. I was like, I don't get what you're saying. It was like, what you're saying, you can't say that because America doesn't know that. And I was like, oh. So we had a round where we was like doing your mama jokes in the boxing ring. And I was talking junk like I was Muhammad Ali. They took that clip and made it seem like I was talking about them. And all America hated me because they were like, how would you talk bad about those guys? They were nice guys and they didn't even believe in God. So for me, I'm like, this reality part, I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
That's not who I am.
I get it.
I was just watching, what's his name? You actually look like Mr. Beast kind of with that
Mr.
fucking
Beast?
goatee now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that Mr. Beast
like
goatee going on. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. What do
You
you
don't like his
think?
goatee, man?
I don't know. It's new. He always show up with something new going on.
this is not.
What you have before?
I usually have a beard or clean shaven. This is just like going through stuff.
This fucker goes through hairstyles like every other couple months. He ain't got a consistent hairstyle. I don't know what the fuck going on.
So you say going through stuff, you running from somebody?
No, he just had a car accident.
Okay, all right. What does that have to do with his beard?
You did?
It wasn't his car.
Is that why you grew a goatee?
He on the run. He went in his car, and he had to pay a little bit of money to get the car fixed because he borrowed the car for a second. So that's what it's in reference to. But the real funny part about all of this is that I guess I didn't know where he fucking lived. We let him use one of the cars here. So it has, you know how you got with the little gate that goes open and you got to like drive through the gate? But the truck that he took is massive. It's fucking huge. And you should have seen the gate he told me he tried to squeeze through. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, did you take geometry? Like, anybody could tell that played with Legos that square, that hole, it just wasn't going to fit at all.
Full faith in the construction company.
I just like it scratched it a little bit.
You heard his voice?
It was just a bit of a scratch.
How bad was it?
It's bad. $2,000 worth.
Yeah.
Like a bumper fell off or something?
No. Just like a scratch.
Where?
On the gate or on the truck?
It's like 7-10 scratches though that lead on
you just
for about
kept
a foot.
going.
No.
Once it hit, you just kept scraping it
Why
down.
is he so hilarious on accident?
Hey, listen,
This dude is hysterical.
Listen, dog. This is what he tried to like. It doesn't make any sense. Wait a minute. No, don't show him that. Show him the gate you tried to get through.
I'm laughing because we talking about his facial hair, and he was like, "Hey, the truck, it's the scratch." And I'm like, "Yo, mustache."
Look, that's what he tried to fit the truck through. It's just like, what are you doing?
Why, bro?
I don't know. I didn't
You
want
got
to
to
leave it
see
on
the truck. The truck is massive.
I didn't want to leave it on the street.
Good choice. Great choice.
You rather leave the truck in the gate instead of on the street?
Because it had stuff in it?
It's just a momentary
It
lapse
had
of
nothing
reason.
in the truck.
Nothing was in the truck.
No.
So why didn't...
I don't know. It doesn't matter now.
That $80 window would have been way better.
That's hilarious.
Damn, but anyways, like I was saying, in this
Does he do stuff like this often?
Who?
What?
Him?
This one.
Yeah.
he comes in with a lot of weird shit.
He got some weird stuff going on.
So whenever he changes facial hair, something bad happened.
Obvious. I didn't know.
maybe,
Apparently, that's the trend.
Yeah.
That's the trend. Yeah.
So break up.
If I shave
He
my
shaved his
head.
fucking head. He thought he had like cancer or some shit he was going through. Did you? Whatever happened with that? You had like a tumor?
Oh no, they tested it and it came back like it might have been something. So I had to get a little surgery and taking it out.
Oh, yeah.
But I had to shave my head. So because it's like a little melanoma type of thing.
Yeah, always some wild
I'm
shit
from Puerto
going
Rico
on.
too, so I've been in the sun in my entire life.
He said, "My little melanoma." It's melatonin.
Just a little bit.
melatonin.
No,
Little
melanoma.
melatonin right here. Little melatonin.
It was
Make me
like
sleepy. My
Put
hair.
some in me.
Melatonin.
It was like a dot, and it's like it had like like some.
At least you got insurance to fix it, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this dude waited. The whole show is talking about how he was like a preacher and he was praying for everybody and all this shit. This guy on this show with Mr. Beast where people were going for $5 million.
Yeah.
And then he had his chance to really do the pastorly thing, and everyone gave him their coins because they believed in him, and he was this faithful man, and he fucked everybody.
That's what I'm talking
Took
about.
all of his homies on the helicopter, got the fuck out of there, left all the women behind.
You're lying, right?
I swear to God. And
Wait, he took all the money?
And he was like, I swear if you didn't get caught, Jesus loves you. And he was like praying, and like he didn't take all the money. He just made it, him and his 5 friends made it to the next fucking level.
Was it just the game show thing?
Yeah.
The game show he's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I haven't
And they
seen
left
it.
like 30 of the people, and they got sent the fuck home.
Took everybody bread.
Because everybody
everybody
had
bread
to
in Jesus' name.
You had to basically choose one person in the group to make the decision on who was going to go in the helicopter, and there's always only 6 seats. First of all, the first 4 helicopters, not one woman was chosen. The women, there was like one helicopter left, and all women were like praying to each other and trying to dig on all the rest of this. And then a girl got caught. She took like 2 dudes with her.
She believed in love.
That Mr. Beast show is fucking hilarious.
He
Y'all should
took
check
everybody
it out.
money in Jesus' name.
Apparently,
That's
he
hilarious.
was praying before it and everything. He was like, no matter what happens, I've been praying over it, and Jesus is the one that's leading me down this decision. And he was like, I'm going to take my boy over here, my boy over here.
Random
And
question.
all the people that
Any black people on that show?
Huh?
Any black people on that show?
Yeah, not a lot of them were on the helicopter, though. That was another problem.
Because I was going to ask, did they know the guy was a scammer, though? Somebody had
there
it.
was a very suspicious, weird, like computer white guy and couple very
Computer white
suspicious black women.
See?
that were like,
Black people know.
I don't
They
trust
know.
him. Yeah, the computer guy was like, no way, it's too culty. I'm not giving him my coin.
Right.
He's like, I'm not giving him my coin.
Right.
Everybody's following this guy. He wasn't having it.
Oh, black people know, bro.
Yeah.
We can feel it. You like,
Yeah,
nah,
and the
I don't
other
trust
lady
that
kept
dude.
looking at the camera like this every time he would say Jesus. That was the black
That's
lady.
funny.
She was
Cut
like,
away. She be like,
they were tuning into him, tuning into her, and she'd be like, fucking,
side mouth.
yeah. But then,
Funny, bro.
Can you
Yeah.
trust any famous preachers?
Can I trust any?
Yeah, is there any ones that, you know, are on TV, they fill out arenas with prayer?
I think when you preach the gospel properly, it keeps the church empty. So a lot of ones that got packed, they're doing something very specific to keep it crowded.
what about them ones where they'd just be hitting motherfuckers with the shirts just falling?
Throwing the jacket.
God!
I seen it before.
Hitting it down.
I was in Vegas and they had one guy, he was selling prayer water?
Oh, shit.
Healing water. It's like a little pack, like ketchup pack with healing water. And everybody was talking about how they poured it on their bills and they got money. And I was like, oh, not even lying.
I'm not going to lie. I had a similar product.
You had a spray, you had like a mist.
Well, I went to Israel and I went to
So funny.
I went to this place where supposedly Peter had a home, one of Jesus' disciples.
Yeah, one of the homies.
Jesus used to come there and preach every once in a while. There's like a church built over it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like, well, being at the shores of Peter's home and this water, this lake right here is where Jesus, walked on this water and he was baptized and all that shit. If I fill some of this water up in this water
Jesus
bottle
spot water?
and
Jesus
bring it
spot
back
water?
home with me and just sell it on Etsy or something, it was back then. You know what I mean?
You really did this?
Yeah, but I'm not great with follow through, so none of it really sold. You know
You
what I
didn't
mean?
sell none of the water?
Nah.
What
'cause
did you
it's
call
like
it?
a lot-
What did you call it?
I didn't really call it anything. I called it holy water in a little vial.
Oh,
And I gave a little backstory. I put a video of me collecting it because I thought that would be more authentic.
that's dope.
But
4K?
I think so, maybe. It was an older iPhone.
Yeah.
It was back in
Little JFW water?
2011,
Jesus foot
something
water?
like that. Yeah, water's real glistening, in the sun.
Jesus foot water?
Anyways, I thought he wouldn't mind. I think Jesus has a sense
He
of
wouldn't
humor.
mind.
Oh, he definitely got sense
I
of
think
humor.
Jesus loves comedy.
We're living that
I
right
think
now.
he's-
What's happening right now in life?
Yeah, I think he's
He
got
got
a real
racism
crazy
humor.
sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
Oh, he got great sense of humor.
He's also real good at magic. He's like a real
That
good
magic?
he's like
That's
a
funny.
real good magician. You know what I mean?
Hilarious.
So how you end
go.
up with chocolate sundaes?
Oh, so the executive producer's name is Pookie Wigginton. He great guy, just a great businessman. He would invite me to perform and he would let me go first. He would let me go last. He'll put up like an earthquake, let me go after him, put up a D-Ray, let me go after him. And one day he explained to me, he's like, I chose you because every time I put you in a situation, you always did well. And it was the hardest, I would give you the hard spot. Like the going first at Chocolate Sundays is not always easy. And going after like a big name celebrity is not always easy. But he was like, every time I put you up, you showed out. So that's how you became host. And I'm like, it made me emotional because sometimes you don't know who's watching you. Mm-hmm. That's why the city is special. You never know who's watching what you're doing.
Right. I know comedy is tricky as far as payment goes.
Yeah.
So when you become the host of Chocolate Sunday, do you actually get a check?
You get a check.
Okay.
But LA, I consider a showcase city. Like you're not gonna make
Yeah.
New York, you can make a living paying your rent in New
Doing
York.
comedy.
You know what I'm saying? You're doing 10 shows a week, $250 a show.
Then why come here, Ron?
The opportunity, because there's no ceiling. LA is more about relationships. Because we all know that the most talented don't make the most money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you have the right relationship, it'll change everything.
Okay. So, but when you came here, when did you actually get on Nickelodeon?
Oh man, that was like 2018.
2018.
It was
God, you were
2018.
an
Okay, so
adult.
that wasn't even too long ago.
So you were an adult, thank God.
Yeah, we actually had one of the Nickelodeon cast members.
Let's do this right, man.
It's like whatever happened, he consented.
I'm just trying to make sure we got a time frame,
I played a
timeline.
dad. I played a dad on a TV show. But I feel like the regime I was in, they were cool people. But I'm sure back in the days,
You played a dad? How old were the kids?
they were like 10 or something like that.
Oh,
Because
okay.
here's the
You
thing.
look young to be like a dad on a show,
Thank you,
though,
bro.
you know what I mean? Like,
But here's the thing. You should never leave your kids alone, period. Like, why would you leave your kids alone, period, with executive? When I was on set, the parents were always with the kids. Like, there was
Right.
never a moment where you like, why is this kid and getting snacks by himself ever? You know what I'm saying? So it's weird to see, like, why is your kid not with you? Because all the parents there, when I was there, they would be sitting on the floor while we were rehearsing everything. The parents never left the kids. So I'm like,
yeah, why is Katie going to the back with the producer? What's happening?
Oh, come on.
I'm a dad now.
What do you mean, come on? That's what happened.
Nah, you should never leave your kid's side, man. Period.
Yeah, I definitely can see that.
That doesn't make sense to even do that.
I don't like my kids walking off in Target. Nowhere. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention. In Costco. I mean to mention Target.
Free clubs.
Trying to take them down.
You don't have the DEI issues.
Yeah, I know, but
You say, yeah, I know.
I got friends, I try to support.
friends.
Oh, yeah.
Try to support,
These two guys, I got friends.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if these two are my friends.
Hilarious. Hey, so when I did the CNN show, too, we actually went to Puerto Rico as well, man.
Yeah?
And it was very heartbreaking watching how people who are American citizens get treated. Like, I didn't know that if you live in Puerto Rico, you can't vote. But if you from Puerto Rico and you move to New York, you can vote.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then the mayor, I think it was the mayor or the governor, he, like, sold all your utilities.
Yeah, governor. Yeah. During the whole hurricane.
That's why he sold the utilities. Imagine
Who'd he sell them to?
Well,
California Edison. Imagine they sold that to, like, Russia. That's what Puerto Rico's like.
Wasn't that part of the problem with the Palisades fires? That like some private fucking group, one billionaire owns like most of the water in California or the rights
That's
to the
what
water?
they said. Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts.
yeah. But
It's a lot of moving parts. But
Yeah.
also, you can't fly a helicopter or a plane to scoop out the water when the winds are 80 miles per hour. So
Yeah, but
sounds like you can. I mean, if you don't
At
know,
this
you're like,
point-
yeah, you can take a helicopter and fly to 80 mile per hour wind. No, you can't.
yeah, but at this point we should have helicopters and planes full of water during fire season, so we don't have to go scoop them. Like it happens every year. It's not like
Winds. I'm not talking about the water. The winds. Like you can't fly planes in that. They were even diverting flights that were flying in. My buddy said he came in from, I think, DC. And he said, bro, he was in tears because the wind was so bad. Like, it was so choppy. He said everybody on the plane was just screaming because the wind was bad.
Yeah, I flew in right through it.
Did you?
Yep, I flew through the fucking fire from when I came back from Mexico.
That privilege is crazy,
And
bro.
the plane was just like, that, yeah.
That privilege?
Yeah.
I flew through the fire and the wind. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother my white skin.
The fucking pilot was like, you might smell some smoke. There's a small fire.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He was like, there's a small fire north of the. They didn't even know it was like bus. I think it was like the first or second day that it even happened.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's a small fire north of the airport. If you smell some smoke, it's not the plane. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, great.
Yeah.
Thick fucking smoke cloud
Yeah.
flew through that bitch. It was crazy.
80, don't you live on that side where the fires were? Didn't you live over there?
Kenneth was
Kenneth
the one
fire?
threatening my house.
That was the arson, no?
Yeah, that was arson. Calabasas.
Oh, that's the one like near the hills or whatever?
Yeah, Hidden Hills.
Oh, man.
Somebody was trying
Hidden
to
Hills
hide.
evacuated. So
Could you see the fire from where you were? You can see it?
I went down that street and then I definitely saw smoke, but I didn't see flames.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, one thing when it was all over, I could see the Palisades fire. Like when I was coming down the 101 right
Yeah.
there on the right side, that shit was wild.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. It just seems, as long as I've been in LA and you guys have been here a significant amount of time too, we have never seen fires like this. Like to me, it just seemed like people was like, I'm behind in my mortgage, 3 or 4, about 6 months.
405 well,
they
the
just
last
started
time-
lighting their shit on fire.
Here's my theory that no one's catching on to. I
this
don't
is
know
a
what the fuck
conspiracy
is
theory
going
show.
on. But
Oh yeah.
the
Conspiracy theory
last
episode.
time we had fires like this
We've
was
never had
Trump's
fires
first
like
time
this.
in office. Just saying. The 405 fucking burned down.
But at
Those
least it
fires-
was
that was like driving
at least it
through
was
fucking-
in one area though. This shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
How is a fire going to be everywhere?
But you know what happened in Altadena supposedly? Was like a fucking explosion at Edison,
Yeah,
I
I
think,
saw
or
that. I saw
some
that.
Yeah, I heard.
electric
Yeah.
bullshit blew up.
What was
but the
eerie-
winds were insane. Because when I got back
Winds
to my
is crazy, bro.
When I got back to my car that day, I opened my car door and the shit almost
I was going to say the same thing.
flew
It happened to me
off
too.
the other
Yeah.
way. I was like, what the
So
fuck?
you can't explain that to people who don't live here. Because
Yeah.
like if you live in a certain city, where you from originally?
No, LA.
You from LA? So like Vegas weather. If you live in Vegas, if you don't live there, you like it's hot all the time. Winter is freezing in Vegas. But it's hard to explain that to people who don't live there. But here, how bad the winds were, you can't explain that to somebody who on the East Coast. And they're like, why didn't y'all just take water in from the ocean? And like, bro, it's 80 miles per hour wind. I opened my door up too, and like it looked like somebody kicked it.
Back. Yeah,
it felt like somebody kicked it. That was bad.
Fuck, first time I went to Vegas, there was ice in the fucking goddamn fountains. I was pissed.
It was ice at the Bellagio.
Fuck, huh?
At the Bellagio.
Yeah, one of them. I don't remember which one, but it was like ice in that bitch. It was like cold as hell. I said, what the
Vegas
fuck?
be freezing, man.
Vegas is gonna be the new fucking Hollywood, man. That's the real problem with LA is that Hollywood's leaving because they get tax breaks everywhere. Atlanta's coming up, Vegas is coming up. If Hollywood leaves LA, what the fuck is LA?
There's movie tax incentives in Vegas.
Yeah, they're getting like mad
they have them
tax
everywhere.
incentives.
They open,
I know they're in a
Sony's
lot of
opening up
different
one.
states.
Yeah, I think Sony just broke ground at the one they got.
Sony and I think Warner Brothers is about to build like a fucking $1 billion facility in Vegas.
So do you think LA is still the place to be?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I give myself another 5 years.
Not after we get shit on for the next 4 years.
Oh yeah.
Because
But an extra 14% tax is
man at the top
moving
really
everybody
hates
out.
California. That was
14%?
my
Yeah.
That was my
What,
theory,
property?
by the way.
What are you talking about?
No, just income taxes.
That's my theory, by the way. Trump
What?
just hates California, so he starts fires when he gets in office.
He don't like Gavin. He hates Gavin.
But staying with like Trump in comedy, I felt like the first time he was in like,
It was fun. First time, it was fun. This time, it ain't fun. Because it's too real. The Jim Crow joke I made earlier, it feels like that now. Like, it just feels, it affects too many people.
Right.
And I'm like, is your bigotry and your mythology about who you are and what you think this country is worth all this? It affects a lot of people.
can you still make jokes about him during stand-up?
I think probably another 2 weeks we won't be able to. You get canceled and you get a fine or something.
Damn.
Dictatorship vibes. It's coming. They already said they're going to penalize networks who have comedians that talk about him.
I don't see how they can do that. Free speech. What the fuck?
That's living in the should. Should keep your heart sick. Is. We in a different time, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like this. It's crazy. And I do miss the old LA. 2019 LA was a good time.
Yeah, right before COVID.
People was making bread, bro. You book a commercial, you can almost buy a house. Long time ago, it was a good time. Partying. Now, partying don't even feel right. Imagine being at the comedy club and somebody just got an evacuation notice.
Damn.
Less than 10 miles away. And you just in there having a good time. And I'm like, it's a survivor's remorse that happens when you like.
But it felt like that though. Like literally I'm coming from an area there are no fires and I'm looking across the freeway and it's fucking, everyone just seemed to be doing what they were supposed to do that day.
Isn't that wild?
And then you're looking to the right and the whole fucking city is burning down.
Because the hardest part about LA is that it's a very rich place after you make it, but it's very like everybody's doesn't have time to stop and worry about everybody else's fires. Like there's so many sections of LA, like you got to keep working to fucking survive out here. You can't pay your rent if you stop and help somebody with their fire.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard.
And them landlords like, hey man, my building on fire. Where's my rent money?
So I understand it burned down, but you still got that rent this
LA
month.
a wild place though. That's why I said we come here for our dreams. Well, you didn't come here for your dreams, but for me, it's like the hope of, you see that big sign, you like, oh, I could be anything. You don't know until you live here.
I think LA definitely has that lure though.
It
You
does.
can do anything here.
Vegas and LA
Anything.
is built off losers. I'm for real. Them lights on in Vegas, a lot of people lost money for them lights to stay on like that.
Oh, I know what you mean.
You can charge $3,000 for a single here in LA because your dream is attached to that. If you go downtown LA, it's a lot of people whose dreams didn't happen.
Yeah.
LA's built off losers. And there's no middle class.
Yeah, their dreams of being able to afford their medicine from their mental health.
Politics.
It's fucking.
Would you say Atlanta is maybe the place to be for us entertainers?
This stuff is happening in Atlanta. I personally can't go back right now, but because I've been out here too long.
Got warrants.
No, so for me, I just got passed at the Comedy Store, and so as a comic to get passed at the Comedy Store, my name is on the wall.
Okay,
like that's like the highest honor in comedy. You know what I'm saying? In the city, and I got to see it through. So I just been out here too long.
Speaking of comedy, how did you feel about Cat Williams when he went on the Shannon Sharp show? Was he telling the truth? How did you even feel about that? Because I'm sure half the people you already knew.
It was half true and part lies, but a lot of the stuff came true.
Yeah.
Wasn't my call. I don't know. Everybody talking, they talk.
Right.
But also, every comedian, if you talk to them, they got a chip on their shoulder about something.
I think that's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? And like, he was addressing his chip, and I don't think nothing wrong with that.
Got
The
it.
people that did him wrong and he was talking about, like,
Right.
he was expressing his grievances. Most comedians, that's family business, but he shared stuff that you said at the kitchen table. He said it out loud.
He definitely opened up the vote.
Oh, man, I need him to close this portal bad. I need him to close this portal bad, because ever since he said that, what he said, the world's been different.
It has been.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ever since then, bro, the world has not been the same.
How's your experience being a comedian in LA as far as like dealing with some of the present stars and things like that? I seen you had a picture with Kevin Hart on your page.
It's kind of funny. Like, it's kind of weird because, like, I think before I got in the business, I looked up to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But the more you do what you do, you're like, oh, they're coworkers. And then you have to nuance. Yeah, their art is good, but how are they as people? You know what I'm saying? So you're like, I love their art, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard to be like, I just like this person, because everybody now, you can outlive your legacy no matter who you are. Mm-hmm. People that we thought like would never, nobody ever thought this would happen to Diddy. Nobody ever thought, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh, he make great music, but you can't nuance and be like, oh, he make great music. I'm still listening to it. And then all this is happening. So we're just in a weird time, bro.
See that new doc? Anybody see that new
I
documentary?
did see it.
I didn't see it.
Bro.
Don't look good.
Bro. He's never getting out of jail after this documentary.
As somebody who's fully faith works
Have you seen it?
works for him.
No, it's too early.
Takes my class all
Too
the
many
time.
people said stuff. But again,
million times had his back since day one. Never said a bad thing about him, and she was like, "It's over." Just talking.
listen,
I hate the fact that people are just
Tearing
talking
him
so
down,
much.
right?
I can't.
They should
so
have
I
left.
have a thing. Don't work for me if you're going to eventually tell my business.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
See, I'm right there.
That code, like, I don't know if that's just black culture. Like, don't work for me. That's like you. You know what I'm saying? You work with these guys, and then later on you do a tell-all book after they pop off and like say all their business. Like, bro, don't take the money. That bothers me.
It definitely. I fucking hate it. I hate the fact that people are opening up the vote on Diddy.
Yeah.
It's like, especially when when he was doing well prior to all this, everybody was cool with him, and now they just kind of turning their backs on him. I'll just be like,
Everybody got interviewed, said they saw stuff.
yeah,
They never said nothing.
never said nothing.
'Cause even R. Kelly-
those are the real criminals to me.
Bro,
Like, you watch some bullshit happen and you didn't get
pull
involved.
off what him and R. Kelly did, you need a team. More people should have went to jail, including parents. Parents should go to jail. You can't just drop your kid off and be like, he's a predator.
Right.
Like I said with the Nickelodeon thing, you should never leave your kids. Why are we dropping your kid off at whatever age to hang out with an adult? Because you want them to get famous.
I don't know.
What?
What?
I said more
If
people.
I work for you because I think that it's a great job opportunity and you're a celebrity and this and that, and then you turn out to be a complete piece of shit and I see crazy ass things happening in front of me, and then you go to jail, I'm gonna tell your story too. Fuck you. If you did some fucked up shit to me and you did some crazy shit to me and you did all this shit to me,
though?
huh? Because
Why
you
are
were
you telling
paying me
us so-
before and I had bills. That's why everybody does that.
Keep it quiet.
Come on, that's not a realistic life situation. If you're a
I'm not.
boss, if you
I'm not telling.
everybody every single day goes to fucking Walmart and bitches about the Waltons. Everybody every single day goes to work at Target and bitches about billionaires.
But guess what? If I
Everybody
go to-
every day goes somewhere that they don't want to go to and does a job
If
for a
I go to-
paycheck.
if I
But
work-
as soon as that, if you were to get fired or something happened to that job, I'm going to the lunchroom and everybody's talking shit.
Guess what?
Everybody.
If I work for
It's the same
Walmart
thing.
and I go in that motherfucker and it's rats in the locker room, fuck Walmart, I'm telling then and there. But after the fact, you just seem weird. You seem like you just taking advantage of a situation. To me, if I'm gonna tell, I'm telling in the beginning. I'm going to talk about it when I see it. I ain't going to talk about after the fact, yeah, Diddy did something bad to me 2019. He tried to get at my girl. Like, that shit weirdo shit to me.
Yeah, if it's weird stuff like that, but if it's like...
Like what?
Diddy raped me, then what are we talking about? Or Diddy did some weird, crazy shit that shouldn't happen.
I don't know if any of the rapes have been validated yet. I know the one girl swearing that she was fucking raped, and then it turns out she was lying. And then her boyfriend even admitted that she was lying. Everybody admitted that she was lying.
Yeah, well, it's unrealistic for everybody to be upfront with people who are in that type of power. You know how power works, and you know how money works, and especially you know how both of those things work in this country. So there's no way anybody's going to spit in Diddy's face fresh off the fucking employment line.
So for you, watching somebody commit a crime is okay as long as you're getting paid. Is that what you're saying?
Depending on the crime.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not
saying. We're talking about something.
He said,
because you said depending on the crime. I'm saying like what you just said. You know how power works. I'm getting paid. I got bills to pay. That means you're okay with somebody doing something that you know is wrong.
As long as it's not like that raping and all that bullshit.
But again, you know, this man is asking you to get 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
It doesn't matter. I'm actually a realistic person, and somebody in that situation is not doing that. People have bills to pay.
You saw the
people have stuff to do.
He said people were leaving that room shaking. After you got 9 bottles of Astroglide drugs, and they walk out the room, you know something's not right. At what point is the money not enough?
I'm not getting in that situation where females are getting taken advantage of.
The interview.
I'm leaving.
We're talking about the interview.
What about
you said you saw the interview. You asked us did we watch the documentary. I watched the documentary. The guy said he was getting supplies for and he had to take the victims or whatever they are home. Yeah. So you see the before and you see the after. You don't know what happened, but you know something ain't right. And you're saying as long as you get the check, it's okay.
I'm not taking the victim home. That's crossing a line for me personally.
This is what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about a realistic situation of people thinking that everyone's going to be like, oh, no, you did something wrong, boss. That's not how it works.
This is the documentary. The guy was taking the people home. Men and women, taking them home. Shaking.
That's how
okay,
ridiculous.
Well, he's wrong then for that, isn't he?
It's not about right or wrong. We're talking about you saying money's okay as long as
I'm saying
the level of the crime.
I'm saying realistically, human beings are not going to call out their boss in situations most of the time, 90% of the time.
I'm even over the call out. I'm like,
extreme.
At what point is the money not good money? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that money sound like terrible fucking money because I won't be able to sleep at night. I'm not.
This one dude, you can tell he was like.
I've never seen the documentary, but go on.
I just saw it. The one guy, he looked like he might have alternative lifestyle, and Diddy made him have sex with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to do it.
But see, even that statement in itself is weird for me. How can somebody make you have sex with anybody?
As he said, he a realist in the power, so he went along with it. So here's my thing.
So is that Diddy's fault or is it his fault? I'm just curious.
I don't know who to blame.
I know, but
I don't even know who to blame. All I'm saying is we all adults and we have the power of choice. Victims don't have choice. So we if that's what I'm saying. At what point
victims don't have choice?
Victims don't have choice. Like as a man, we can choose to partake in something that doesn't make sense or not. We choose to do it. I'm saying if you're a victim, most victims don't have choice.
Or they felt like they didn't have a choice.
It ain't my call. I'm just not the court of law. I'm not the judge or the jury.
Is that not the victim who was forced to have sex with somebody?
No,
he's not the victim. Who's the victim in the situation?
Doesn't matter. I'm saying when is the money not good money anymore? Because to know that somebody's doing something, even if you don't see it, and you're still taking money because it's power, I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I get it. But the only thing about
it's tough because you got to include groupie culture too.
Yeah.
You got to include groupie culture. You have to.
Diddy told me to have sex with her, so I had sex with her. Okay, is that Diddy's fault, or are you just a weak person?
We understand that entertainment is the biggest head-turning industry in the world, right? Is entertainment.
I feel like that's Hollywood. Corporate too. That's educational system. That's all the things with money. Like I don't think it's just Hollywood.
I'm not doing nothing that don't make where I can't sleep at night. Fuck that. Ever. It's not even an option. Right. I see some bullshit, I'm out. I'm not gonna be a part of it.
We live in a weird time where, particularly as men, we already have this cloud over us. The matter it's our fault. I seen a video of this dude was like, man, my girl crazy. He had all his clothes in his hand. He said, my girl crazy, man. As he was saying this, a girl was in the car and rammed the back of the car trying to hit him. He ran around the car. She got out and threw a rock at him. And he was like, man, she crazy. He ran in the house and he was looking through the window with the camera. He was like, man, she crazy out here, bro. Threw a rock inside the house. All the comment section, what did he do to her?
He must have done something.
But we gonna excuse the attempted murder? She ran a car into his car.
In the
We in a different time, so victim, it's a very loose word. Like, I don't know.
Can men be victims?
Absolutely, but again, the culture we live in, nobody's gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
A man can be a victim?
Absolutely, we can.
What's the situation in that?
You know, old boy raped men too, right?
Who?
Diddy.
Yes.
I don't
They're
know.
not coming forward.
I'm not. Okay, see, for me, somebody got to come forward, say it. I got to hear about. Otherwise, he didn't do nothing.
It goes back to the
that's
power
what I'm at
thing.
with
It goes back to the power thing you mentioned.
There's like more. There's dudes that came out that said that.
That said, Diddy raped him?
Yes.
So here's the thing.
That's like the whole first
no.
court document. No, it was like some
Right.
dude that did it. Said some
And they
shit
did it on
first.
camera, so you can control
Just
the
be
person.
like, just because they said it, don't make it so for me.
Just because I am dressed this way. I am a lady. I am a lady.
Yep.
Nah, like I said, you know what it is? Just for me personally, I hate after the fact. Now everybody's dumping on my man over here. Now after the fact, everybody, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, nah. I struggle with that. I just struggle wholeheartedly.
Now
with
you
that.
hate the Me Too movement. Jesus.
Wait, so let's say, for instance,
I know this is about to be fucking terrible. This is about to be awful.
We used to have a segment where Alejandro just come up with fucked up questions.
Yeah.
But
I go to Diddy's house for a business meeting. I take a drink, and then
Do you have baby oil with you?
no,
Okay, go ahead.
It wasn't in your pocket.
no.
You left it in the car.
I take the
but
meeting.
somehow when he
To the
got
keychain.
home,
No, I take the meeting. I drink something, and then I black out. I wake up in the middle of getting,
Do you have a full beard or do you have the goatee?
I have a goatee.
Okay, go ahead.
And then, I wake up in the middle of it. Then I'm like, okay, this shit happened to me.
That sounds like the worst thing I ever heard in my fucking life. And everybody got
And I need to report it?
and what if
Everybody
he doesn't get the courage
report.
up for like
Everybody
5
died
years?
that day.
So what is your question?
Yeah, what is your question?
I don't know.
Everybody
So
got
first
to
of all,
die.
can we ask why are you at his house?
No,
Just curious.
no.
He said a business meeting.
Business meeting.
Alleged-
Something dealing with.
Allegedly.
So when he said business, did he do like this?
No, he's like
Business meeting?
Hey, I like your podcast. I want to talk to you more about it. Then I go to the meeting. I take a drink. I wake up in the.
Everybody gotta die.
I have to talk about it immediately. I cannot take like a year or two to really.
Let his butt heal and then maybe talk about it.
No.
I have to.
Everybody gotta die. I don't understand what the fuck we talking about. Everybody gotta die that day.
Yeah, obviously.
It'd be like, all right, this how we
But
work. I'll be
Alejandro
back.
is sad for
Everybody gotta
3-4
die.
years.
Well, he got to write the book first.
Then he finally gets his
He gotta write
courage
the book
up.
Can I
first.
write a
The
book?
book?
And he's like,
Can I
it didn't
write a
happen
book?
because he got the good money.
If I don't want to kill them, can I write a book about it?
I don't mind the book, but listen, everybody still gotta die. At the end of the book, everybody died.
How do you guys?
That's the last chapter.
How do you guys feel about the mentality that people want to be victims, so they wait until but they don't have the courage to be the victim by themselves. So then once the ice breaks, then everybody starts coming out. But everybody takes those meetings or whatever because they want to be a victim.
I can't even wrap my head
So you
around
gotta-
the
They wanna
idea
get
that
into-
somebody wants to be a
get
victim.
into these
But
situations.
we live in, again, sometimes we keep old ideology attached to new way of thinking. Like they legit made a shirt and named the shirt after beating women. There was a time where that was so common. They named the tank top a
Talking about
white
wife
beater.
beater?
They named it a white beater. It was that common.
I don't think it came out with that name. I think that many men who beat their wives happen to have said shirt on.
But it was a
And then
common.
it
But it was a
became-
common thing where it was a part of culture. Just like what Freaknik was. Freaknik was a certain time where people did stuff that right now you get
Atlanta.
canceled for. See how you drifted off? See, it was a certain time, and now we live in a different time where any of those things happening, when you do retro canceling people don't update their software. Like it was a different time.
I agree. They should let Diddy out of jail.
What's the
He should definitely be out of jail.
What's the time frame for the update? Like when can you get blamed? Like 6
Bill
years,
Cosby that went
7
back 40 years.
I struggle with that one
Cosby
too.
thing's the hardest thing because people literally just did Quaaludes back then, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't there. I'm saying, but I think it was a part of the culture. I'm not saying it was right. It was a part of the culture.
Right.
Again, people did what they did. Because again, if somebody drugged me, I'm not going back and asking them to pay for my rent.
And they definitely went back.
look, there's a lot of weird things going on. Yeah. A lot of weird things. But my question is...
I have a question.
Is this... Okay.
Hey,
yours is probably
what
more
was
important.
it like being on the Steve Harvey show? Like, for real. Like, how did it make you feel? Like, you feel like this thing is going to change my life? Or it was like... Because watching the videos, it made me happy. It made me happy watching you shake his hand, dap him up, and talk to him, and be a part of, like, I say this cultural phenomenon. Because this show was super dope, especially when you watch the clips of him, like, giving insight and relationship advice at the end. I think it's super dope. Like, what was it like to be a part of his show?
First of all, I would say this. Steve is probably one of the realest people I ever met in my whole entire life.
Yeah?
He kept everything 100. So when I first met Steve on the phone, I wanted to do interviews on his radio show. That's how I got familiar with him first. And the first thing he said...
He found you found him? Or just mutual?
Well, I was always trying to be on this show because I knew my audience was there to sell my products.
That's dope.
Yeah, so and then when I finally got on the phone with him, he was like, look, man, I don't want you coming on this show selling some snake oil. Does it work? Keep the shit real. I was like, it does work. It would definitely help you lose weight. He was like, send me one. So then after he utilized it, then he was like, all right, it'll work. I'll let you do interviews.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
then,
dope.
Yeah. And so then after that, what happened was, I guess somebody for the TV show, one of the sponsors fell out and they wasn't going to do something. So they started looking for other opportunities. Other people, they was like, oh, he advertised a lot on the radio show. He wants to come on TV.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They gave me a call. That's
great,
I didn't even tell Steve I was coming on the show.
In LA, right?
No, it was in Chicago.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, so he didn't even know I was coming on the show that day. And by then, I'd already had like pretty much a good relationship with him.
Yeah.
But I never told him I was coming on. And then when they started to do my segment, he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was just like, what? Then he called me to the side and we started talking about it. I was like, I didn't want you to do me no favors, man.
Yeah.
I don't want no favors.
Yeah.
I want to do business.
Yeah.
So then we went on and did the show. But
Question, where'd you get that from?
Huh?
That I don't want favors from. Like, where'd you get that mentality? It's like something you got from your dad?
I know when someone does you, just life in general. So if I do you a favor, how many favors am I really going to do for you? 1, 2,
One,
3.
maybe. Yeah.
That ain't going, 1, 2, 3 ain't going to change nobody's life.
Yeah.
But if I can do one every single month and pay for it and pay to be on the show, now we're doing business. Right. That's something I can sustain for a long period of time. So I already knew that. So what happened was before the show started, this is what he looked at me. I swear to God, nigga was like, don't worry, nigga, I'm going to take care of you. And then he went on. So then we started going over the cleanse, and then that's when he interjected. This is not part of the script at all. He said, I did the cleanse.
Oh.
And then I was like, it was damn near butterflies inside of me.
Personal testimony.
Personal testimony from Steve Harvey. From Steve Harvey, who we got 4 million people watching this right now. Yeah. So all the butterfly, I was like, oh, this nigga about to take care of me. And then he went on and he told his own personal journey. He said he lost 18 pounds. Ooh. And then that was the end.
That's a divine moment.
That was the end and the beginning of it.
Was this the moment before the thing happened that changed everything? Or this is like another moment in that moment?
This another moment. So the first moment is radio.
Got you.
Went crazy. TV is so far from. I did crazy well with radio.
Radio, yeah.
TV put me on a whole nother planet.
Yeah.
Put me on a whole nother planet.
What was your takeaway from that?
Takeaway in what sense?
All of it, the whole experience, everything. What was your takeaway?
TV is that's it right there. So being on TV can actually change your life. The real thing is I learned is that if you go on a popular show and you're on it enough, you become popular. Yeah. That was the real takeaway that I took away from the show.
There's also something about relationships too. Like something about, that's why I said LA is a special place.
It's a special place. It didn't necessarily happen here in LA.
Doesn't matter.
But Hollywood.
If you lived anywhere else, do you think that relationship would have happened?
The way I was doing my business?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would happen.
Though, you're
happen for
from
sure.
LA, so everywhere you go, you have an LA mindset to make connections.
It's different, bro. Yeah, when you're
Like,
not from here.
people
like,
from Nebraska or like, you
Yeah.
know, from South Carolina, they don't think like their first thing is not to ask you, what do you do or how do
Yeah.
you do things or what do you do or whatever. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck because they're going to their 9 to 5 and they don't give a fuck to be nothing else
Yeah.
but that. So there's no point in them saying anything except, do you want to have a beer? Do you want to go get something to eat?
Right,
Do you
right,
want-
right.
There's no any type of like meeting for business purposes.
Right.
Unless you're like,
because me and
super
him
rare.
looking at that Hollywood sign, it's magical.
yeah.
From where I'm from, because like that sign, so you see that sign when you driving by, you like, man, but you grew up, you like, oh, that's just a sign. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think LA people, y'all don't have a ceiling on dreaming. Because you go to school with rich people's kids, you go to school with people who have bread that you ain't never think. I ain't used to that. So when I see it, like for you, I think it's dope to have that mentality where you like, there's no ceiling. Like the cockiness you have about you and your business, and you like, how you mentioned earlier, like you're like, I don't, I'm only asked for a favor one time, but if I can, like, that's dope. Not have that ceiling. Some people don't have that. They're like, I don't know if I want to talk to Steve Harvey. I don't know. You like, no, I'm gonna talk to him.
Yeah. I appreciate that, but
It's really
that's the beautiful thing about LA.
I agree.
And
Y'all
you
dreamers,
guys,
bro.
you guys are absolutely right. But this is the place where you can dream. And to be honest, this is a place where anything can fucking happen.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
No, I get why you're here. I totally get it. I just always like to hear people explain it.
Bro, it's funny because I did comedy in Atlanta and it was a hustle. I do comedy in LA. It's a career. Like my wife don't work. I bought a house off jokes. I
Talk about that shit.
trying to buy another house off my jokes. I am having this moment because we all said yes to our dream here. You know what I'm saying? I met my wife at a comedy club. So LA is this home. You know what I'm saying? I figured it out here. And this, I call it a playground for crazy people. It's a hospital, a sandbox for talented crazy people. That's what LA is. You can figure it out. But when you're born here, your filter is different.
Yeah.
Your filter is way different. You can go to any city and create something really amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have that.
But y'all got it now, right?
Oh, I got it now. You can drop me off anywhere. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I couldn't go back anywhere else and just be like, okay,
Yeah.
9 to 5.
But I also feel more alive around dreamers too. Like just in this room, this is, somebody saw this in their head before we got here. I feel more alive. When I go home, I love being home and I feel the connection of community. You know what I'm saying? You know, where you left everything is where it is.
Yeah.
But here, ain't nothing in the place you want it to be, but you can figure it out here.
But sometimes going back to that place is almost like people from where I'm from almost look down on your success in a sense, and I don't know how to explain the weirdness of that. It's like, what the fuck are you
You're a
doing?
dreamer. You're a
And then
weirdo.
You're like, no matter what you do, they'll have a sly comment to say about it or a weird comment.
You think that comes from
that comes from just a mindset of where they're from and them not having dreams.
You don't think that's jealousy?
It's harder to explain than jealousy. It's like they can't fathom even the thought of leaving their hometown or their parents or their grandparents or anything like that. They can't even fathom that, let alone leaving and going to do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. So
We're weirdos, bro.
yeah,
To leave your hometown and go to a place and like, it's magical for somebody back home to be like, you live in LA? They don't know you got like 9 roommates. But living here, because we only see Hollywood on TV, they think it's magical.
yeah. That's the other side of it, though. When I did get, I did background when I first moved out here, because I was like, what the fuck? You can get paid for just walking around in scenes? You know what I mean?
Walking by the camera?
Yeah. I was in a few things. They saw me on TV in Nebraska. I'm
Went
damn
nuts.
near famous in my town of 300. I almost
bro.
got a statue. If I get a line,
Bro,
it's over.
I had a Super Bowl commercial, bro. I had a Super Bowl commercial, went crazy. Phone just went nuts. Phone just went nuts. I had to put my phone down. You know what I'm saying? But
That's dope.
you can't go home until you have receipts. Once you have receipts, like I've done enough stuff now. It's like when I go home, it's like
You the one.
Yeah, you the one.
So when you go back to South Carolina now, do you go put on because you said initially you couldn't do comedy there. That wasn't the place to be. Do you go there now and put on a big show?
I would like to, but the comedy club there closed down. So
damn, it's only
yeah.
one? Damn. So
it's hard to dream in a place where you can't dream.
you gonna open up one for them?
No. Comedy club's a lot of work, bro.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you got to manage people. You got to staff comedians. I don't have.
Oh, okay.
My stuff is here. I actually like being in LA.
Okay.
But when I leave, I want to get paid to leave
Right.
my family because I enjoy my family. Yeah.
Yeah, I love LA.
For real. I mean, I can
I
complain
love
about it,
coming
but
back.
LA
No
been
matter
good to
where
me, bro.
I go, it always feels good to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think it's dope too. Did you ever live in another state?
Yeah.
Where'd you live?
I lived in Oregon.
Oregon?
Yeah.
How
College?
many years?
Huh?
College?
Just 1 year. Yeah, college.
Okay, all right.
So I went to Oregon,
There's no
Arkansas.
reason for you
I
to go
lived
to
in
Oregon.
Arkansas. Where else I live? Australia.
That's dope.
Colorado?
Australia, Colorado?
No, nothing.
Colorado.
Okay,
Nah,
all right.
Nah.
I think it's dope when I see black people from LA live in other cities. Because then you get well-rounded because LA is not normal.
Nah,
Like,
it's
y'all
not.
normal is not normal. But when you go to go to school in Atlanta or HBCU and you're from LA and then you come back, you're a different person. Because the
Right.
experience I got, I wish most LA people got. Like, I was raised by my neighbors. But in LA, you don't speak to your neighbors. It's weird. Like, my neighbors raised me. I would get off the school bus, go to my neighbor house, and stay there till my mom got home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But ain't no community here. Like, my building was on fire, and nobody told me. And I went downstairs, everybody downstairs. I'm like, anybody say nothing? I'm like, what? But I personally would knock on everybody's door. Yo, it's a fire, get up. But LA, everybody stay to themselves. They just dress happy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you miss home at all?
No.
In no kind of way?
Now that I have kids, I miss the experience that they could have running around with
Outside
no
is
shoes
crazy.
on,
Having a
being
yard, bro?
outside, all that
Having
shit.
a yard? LA, you got to be rich to
Not
have a yard out
having to
here.
worry about like my neighbor being weird because you know him. You know what I mean? That's when you get older, you kind of miss those smaller things, I guess. But it's still like I would rather my kids grow up in a place with opportunity as well. Like it's fun to go back and like have those thoughts, but it's like when I was a kid, all I want to do is fucking leave. So I'm sure that's what they would want to do.
Yeah. LA's tough because there's no middle class here.
It's definitely shrinking.
Shrinking. There is no middle class. You know what you need to have a home here?
$1 million.
That's not middle class.
That might be it. I think that's
You
achievable.
can have a home and it won't be in a safe area.
Yeah. That's
But
true.
who's trying to do that on
You get
purpose?
a condo downtown for like $500.
You can?
Yeah, like
One
studio
bedroom?
or one bedroom. Yeah, $500.
But we're talking about a yard and community.
$750.
There's no community in the condo.
Yeah, that's true.
We're talking about a yard where kids can play.
No,
You can watch your neighbors' kids play with your kids and play in the street.
get a fixer upper.
You need $1
for
million
$850.
to have a house in LA. There's no middle class here.
Because you're looking at it from what's going on everywhere else. See, when I look at prices, unfortunately, I only know LA prices.
Yeah, well, you can buy a house in Nebraska for $34,000 probably.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right?
Give me 30.
But then we're talking about
My
$1
parents'
million,
house
but can your kid go to school there in that neighborhood? That's a whole other thing. So that's what I'm saying. There's no middle class
depends.
there.
It's a lottery.
Yeah.
My kids are in a lottery to be in a better school. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
for real.
I found kids in Compton that caught the bus to the Palisades
Yeah.
High School. And I'm like, this
Ice
little
Cube-
8-year-old catching the city bus? The Metro bus to the Palisades? Like, that's
That's far.
I did a
That's hike.
fundraiser and I found out, I was like, that's a long way for an 8-year-old to go, but that's how they got to school.
I figured out about that shit because I was like, how did Ice Cube go to Taft? Ice Cube used to get bused to fucking Taft.
He did?
Yeah.
Where's
went
it at?
Taft is like
In the valley.
Winnetka and fucking Ventura.
Yeah, it's in the valley. It's in the valley.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He went to
Ice Cube
all
went to
4
Taft.
years? He went to Taft?
Pretty sure.
That's like 9
He's
buses.
Taft. I'm like, it's a long. That's a long. That's what I'm
Bus system here
saying.
is trash. There's like 9 buses to get to school?
I guess
As
it
an
made,
8-year-old?
it made sense him getting off the bus in the middle of the fucking night in that movie.
That's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, Taft's famous for Cube going there, you know?
And were you raised in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
And then when you get to the States?
18, went to college in New York. And
Yeah.
then
Where'd you go?
Manhattanville University now.
You said the Woo?
A university, Manhattanville. It used to be college when I went there. But
You said Manhattan. You said something.
Manhattanville.
But you said Woo something.
No. Manhattanville.
You said Manhattanville Woo
University.
Yeah, he went to Wu-Tang University.
I know Pop Smoke used to say the woo. I was like, you doing the woo?
But
He said the woo?
it was called Manhattanville, but it was in White Plains, New York.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know nothing about White Plains. I just.
Yeah, it's more of a Republican area, I would say.
Buffalo?
No. It's
Not that far?
Huh?
Schenectady?
Nah, it's close to Yorktown, the Bronx. That's where I used to get my. But like it's like the houses is kind of uppity and shit.
Yeah. Okay. You took 9 buses too?
No, because like I just lived in campus.
Ron, what's your take on the young lady that the Uber driver didn't want to pick her up?
What's the take?
What's your take on that one?
Bro, the comment section is killing it. The comment section? Somebody said she should have took Uber Freight. Bro, when I told you, I almost died. Uber Freight?
They said she weighed like 400 pounds, right? She was up there, right?
The comment section was on the side of the driver.
She fell over the next day, twerking on the wall. You see this video?
No.
Yeah,
Her next viral video is her dancing and like.
The comment section was on the side of the driver.
As it should be.
As it should be?
Hell yeah.
Nah, he's supposed to let her in the car.
She doesn't fit,
Bro.
Trust me, I know about.
It was like a Corolla.
She could fit in the car. What are y'all talking about?
Did you see the photo?
Big, bro.
She's a big girl.
She could fit in the car?
She could not.
I think she could have fit in the car. You
The
got
driver
raised to see.
The driver
I
would
can call you a
have
lot of stuff, but I can't call you a liar, bro. Don't do that.
the driver would have been unsafely driving like this.
No, remember.
In the front of the car.
She's on the passenger
He'd have put
side.
all the
He was
seats
driving
up.
with his chest.
No, did you hear when he started complaining about his tires?
That man know his car. Don't you know your car? Yeah. That man know his car. He not wrong.
One pothole.
Yeah. Done.
One pothole out here. 4 new tires.
You can't drive a car with your neck.
You gotta be shitting me. That's She gotta take some personal responsibility.
Hey, no, it's something there. It's something there. You know what I just kept thinking about? Like when you get on a flight and they make you buy 2 tickets.
Yeah.
They should have just made her pay twice.
She doesn't
She
fit on the
can't
car.
fit in the car.
You think she honestly couldn't fit in the car?
You gotta come back with a pickup
all
truck.
the way up.
Yeah.
You think she honestly couldn't fit in that car? I don't know.
I'm gonna say no.
Have you ever?
I was like,
Have
that's
you
very
ever-
judgmental.
How long have
Until I saw the
you? What's
photo.
the longest time period you've ever been in Florida?
Not a long time.
I've seen a lot of big women try to get into these cars. All right,
Oh,
I
Florida?
lived in
You got a lot
Tampa
of
and Orlando. Yeah, a lot of big women down there in Florida.
He not nowhere near Miami.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. You told me. Okay. I was like,
He's
South
like,
Beach?
He's like, there's
First of
fat
all,
people there.
I'm tired of Florida getting a good name because it's got one good city, and that city is not even that great. Florida is the armpit of America, and everyone knows that. Florida is fucked up.
we gonna skip over Alabama?
I mean,
Louisiana.
at least you don't hear about Alabama.
Hey,
Every
listen,
day in the
Alabama
news,
still got dirt roads.
some bad shit going on in Florida.
Alabama still got slaves.
Jesus.
And then, wait, did you guys hear about Pat Riley's about to make a shitload of money on the 3-peat?
That's fake. You never look at comments nor read anything.
No, I actually seen that. That's fake?
Yeah, some guy writing like the third comment was like, actually, if you look up the patent, it was given up in 2011. He hasn't made any money from it since then. But he did make money on it before that. He did patent 3-peat.
Oh, he did patent?
But
they said he had like
The
20
phrase,
patents.
the phrase
Yeah,
3-peat?
3-peat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did he give that up?
I think out of just like, he just probably forgot about it.
Oh, that's possible.
But you know what he did? He stole it.
No, he stole it from Byron Scott.
From a black man.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
He
but I'll
stole
let
it
you
from
have
Byron Scott.
Oh, man. The 3-peat?
Stole it from Byron Scott, mentioned it, and then he had the notion.
And he was like,
damn,
well.
that's
He
nice.
colonized it?
And then he went around and trademarked.
He gentrified the
And
3-peat?
you know, that's fucked up. He should have at least said, Byron, this is what I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We don't know if he did or not. That wasn't part of the story. Maybe he gave Byron some money.
should
Maybe he was
interview
in on
Byron.
it. No one knows. Yeah,
definitely interview
because then we
Byron.
can ask him.
That's kind of important.
Yeah. We should
Todd, right
interview
now,
Byron.
did you get some money from that 3-peat?
Right. That's crazy.
Cold game, bro. Cold
That's
game.
why everybody always thinks the ideal is really the business. I'll be like, not really.
No.
No.
It's like people squat on
Yeah, well, the idea is not the business when shitholes steal it. then obviously it's not. Then you got to patent it.
Part of having a business is to protect it.
Oh shit!
You got to know how to protect it. I think I don't know. All is fair for me.
Is it?
That's
for
crazy.
me. I don't trip.
All is fair. That's
so. Somebody saw you bubbling and just took all your IP, all your addresses.
I'd be like, listen, this is the thing about anything.
You just add 2 E's, A-D-D.
No. If somebody takes it and I'd be like, and they do better with it, their marketing plan is better. You can have the exact same product and have different results. Period. It was whoever has the better.
That's not what we're talking about.
Name
That's not what we're talking about.
Or something that you came up with?
We're not talking about 2 different products.
What?
The same products, 2 different people are selling them. That's not the same thing as stealing somebody's intellectual property.
That's not stealing to me.
So if you got a phrase, AD-ism, and somebody take it and make it better, that's their win?
No.
This is what
If I've already protected it, then they can't take it from me.
Sometimes it comes out of the moments of not trying. I'm a comedian. Like sometimes you can come up with some stuff and somebody can take your thing.
For me,
because
all
it sounds
is fair.
catchy.
I'm not tripping.
Okay.
You gave me that lesson. I would want that lesson early on. It would be hard for somebody to beat me now, but early on, I've been like, thank you.
So AD just undefeated?
Huh?
AD ain't undefeated?
AD got his ass kicked.
Okay, there you go. All right.
AD got
better
his
say that part too.
No. Early on, it'd be hard to beat me now.
Okay, all right.
It will be hard to.
You sound real undefeated over there.
No, fuck no.
I ain't never got my heart broke. I don't never go to a woman program.
We are not undefeated at all.
I ain't never been in love.
This mindset of that way of thinking would in turn be the reason on why one man has $487 billion and other people have $0 is because if that were the case, then Elon Musk could anything he heard, he'd just patent it, which is basically what the fuck he's done. He didn't create Tesla.
To Elon.
He didn't create. Man, that don't make no sense.
What are we talking about? Stop talking to fucking Elon. I wouldn't go over there and be like, Elon got this new business idea.
How do your dreams get out if you don't talk about them?
You got to talk to somebody, bro.
You do your dreams.
It's the Diddy meeting you went to.
Let me tell you something. You do your dreams. You don't talk about your dreams. You do them.
But you might not have the resources to finance your dreams.
That's your personal problem. That is all on you.
Okay.
You got to figure that out. Whatever that is.
But hear me out.
You got to ask your grandmother for some money. You got to ask your uncle for some money. You got to do
successful AD who figured it out. What about the AD, like you said, that got his butt kicked? How do you tell that
resources
guy?
isn't just money.
Listen.
How do you tell that guy?
Not just money.
This is what it is. This is honestly what it is. I started D-Herbs with $3,000. That's it. It doesn't take a lot. It does not take a lot. Everybody thinks they need all this money to do all this shit. You don't. Or you got to have a good idea and you got to have the foresight and the work ethic to get it done. And that's it. And I live by that because I actually fucking did it. Period. $3,000. Y'all ain't got $3,000? Thank you. That's it. Just do it.
Some steps getting missed, but I hear you.
No, it wasn't no steps. I could tell you every single thing I did from day one, from every real estate deal I did, the initial ones to the ones I'm doing currently. I got fucked left and right, but that's the way you fucking learn. You learn by losing. You don't learn by winning every fucking day. That's ridiculous. You learn by losing, taking a beating, but getting back up and fighting some more. That's it. That's it.
There's still steps because you hit me with the all you got to do is. Like everybody on social media, all you got to do is.
Put yourself by your bootstraps.
All you got to do is. I'm like, there's steps being missed in the all you need is $3,000.
For me, when I say all you got to do is that you just got to keep working. You got to keep getting up. That's what I meant by that. If you keep getting up, you'd be like, if you get hit in the face with the left hook, eventually you're going to fucking duck. And that's all I mean by that.
Okay,
you just got to keep getting up.
You do know that like 78% of Americans don't have $3,000?
78%?
About that amount.
Listen.
Don't have $3,000.
Guess who didn't have $3,000 then? I didn't. I just made it happen. I saved every fucking dime. I put together my pennies. I asked my brother for some money, and that's how I got it done. I asked the people that were around me that I trusted that would actually say, hey, you know what, AD be on some real shit.
But what if you told somebody that you trusted and they took the patent and took your business?
Then guess what you learn? you got to make sure you tell the right people about your thing. If someone turned around and took my stuff, I wouldn't be tripping on that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be tripping on that. That's me. You would be upset?
Yeah.
Upset?
You said people
take your jokes all the time.
Can they do it like you? The jokes that people stolen from you?
But so then so you really don't mind there.
But again, that's the level of maturity you got to get to.
I know.
You're saying it like, oh, I do this. It's so like it takes time. That's why I'm like, let's talk about these L's.
It takes a beating. You got to get beat up.
You got to talk about these L's. That's how you get to that point.
You got to cut your hair, shave your, facial hair in the beatings. And then
you got to hit a couple gates, scrape up a couple of trucks. You get to it. You get to the point.
Hey, look, all I know, the only way you win is by getting up every day and fighting. If you just upset because someone took your idea,
yeah, but that's not the point. No one wakes up, has an idea, gets it stolen the next day, and they're like, God, my life is over. That's not how people with ideas work. They just come up with another idea, but it still doesn't make it right that the first one was stolen.
I'm not saying it's right. I never said it was right. I think it's fucked up.
It's the people who steal the ideas who are the miserable people who don't have any of their own.
But see, this is the thing. Even if the person still has that same idea, I'll tell you a story. I have a friend by the name of Gene. You remember And1? Y'all remember And1? And1? He did the first one. The 3 Jewish guys bought it from him.
Oh, I saw the documentary.
Bought it from him. Bought it from my friend named Gene. This nigga used to make T-shirts and put And1 on it with the muscle character. Yeah. The whole night. And he was doing it. He was selling them to Foot Lockers and other places like that. And then these 3 Jewish guys came along and offered him some money for his trademark. And he sold it. And he sold it for $25,000.
That's not stealing. End of the story. That's not stealing. He made what he made.
Just calm down. I know you're emotional. Just calm down. Just calm down. What it is this. Gene wouldn't have never in a billion years been able to do what those guys did. It would have never fucking happened. And that was the lesson that he had to learn. Because Gene actually has another idea. What? And I'll tell you his other idea, the other trademark that he has, and he hasn't done anything with it. And I personally think is because of his experience with the And1 trademark. He owns the trademark D1. Do you know how big that is?
Yeah.
D1. He's been owning that trademark for over 20 years. But he's so scared to move and do what?
One of the biggest training facilities in all of the Valley and Florida is D1.
Yeah, but what it is that when you go to register a trademark, you have to have a particular use. His is apparel.
Yeah.
So therefore, it wouldn't apply there. But yeah, he owns that trademark. To this day, I just seen him a couple of weeks ago. I was like, dude, what are you going to do with this thing? He just so scared to move because of that last experience. He's supposed to learn from that experience because he wouldn't have been able to do what those guys did, period. So he's going to have to either have better partners, start off doing it. That's the only way you do it. You got sometimes if you can't
but
run,
I don't think he's a victim in that though. He's not a victim if he sold it. Like he had a choice in it. He's
not a victim. But what I'm saying is, even if you do have the idea to do something, doesn't mean you're going to be able to do what Joe did with it, what Tom did with it.
But if you imagine that him who had the idea and was a genius idea and is a great creator, and then those Jewish guys who are good at what they do, imagine if he didn't sell it and these guys try to take advantage of him and they combined, maybe And1 would be as big as Reebok, Nike, or Adidas. But instead, they both lost.
No, I don't believe that to be true
because sometimes you can't take a food and not bring the recipe.
Listen, I understand all of that, but what it is that they realized they were like, we'll just hire Gene. Why Gene got to be an owner? I just hire him.
That's definitely a Gene issue, though.
Yeah, but Gene sold it. He didn't get it stolen. He didn't he didn't have.
I'm not saying
because that was for equity. In this time we live in now.
But guess what? I bet deep down in Gene's heart, he felt like it was stolen from him.
No,
I bet not at the time.
We had a whole conversation and there's paperwork involved.
Yeah, definitely.
No, you're not a victim at all. I don't feel bad about that.
Okay.
At all.
Any projects.
Yeah, what else you got going on?
So you can steal it? You want me to tell you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I can tell you what I got going so you can patent it and keep it? Hilarious.
Start your own comedy club.
Hilarious. No, I got a couple dope shows coming up. I just got booked at Riddle's Comedy Club, I think last week in March. San Diego, Black History Month. I'm doing this dope festival, San Diego, on February 15th. And I got another great show that I'm
Anything
excited.
for Super Bowl?
I got a pending gig. I haven't got my word back yet. But if not, if I don't get the Super Bowl gig, I'll be hosting at Chocolate Sundays, which I'm sure we're going to do a late show. But every Sunday, 7 o'clock, 9:30 p.m., I host at the world famous Laugh Factory, Chocolate Sundays comedy show, one of the best, most diverse comedy shows in the nation.
Is there any chance of a white chocolate sundae?
That's every comedy club in the nation. Egg salad, Monday through Saturday. Egg salad, Monday, yogurty, Monday through
You know what the
Monday
thing
through Saturday.
I love about Chocolate Sunday, because I've been plenty of times. I love the fact that I remember one day I went in there and David Allen Greer came up in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that a long time ago?
A long time ago.
Oh, it had to be a long time ago.
Before he had the beard and all the craziness, all that stuff. I never forget that motherfucker. I was like, this is about to be fucking terrible. That was one of the best moments ever. But I've been there when Kevin Hart got on stage. I've been there when I wasn't there when Dave Chappelle got on stage, but I heard you never know what's going to happen on Chocolate Sunday. Anybody can show up and get up there and fucking kill it. And then the people that you don't even know, they're monsters also. So it's a good time.
That place is special, bro.
Yes, it's
I had a chance to watch
there.
Chris Rock practice his Oscars set. I had a chance to watch.
And you didn't warn him not to say that joke?
Nah, it was way before that.
Okay.
It was before that, but that's pretty hilarious. Hilarious. I told him not to hit the fence. Is not enough room. I had a chance to watch Chappelle when he disappeared and came back. He did I think he broke a record at the Laugh Factory. He did like 5 hours. I was there for like 2 hours and I left because I was like, this is a lot.
How'd you leave?
Why?
Yeah.
It's
It was
5
late,
hours.
bro.
Huh?
He got on stage at like 9 and it was like 12 something. I'm like, I'm about to go home.
I didn't know people could do stand-up for 5 hours.
He was in there practicing
Steve
shit.
Chappelle.
Okay, no, quick question. Did you hear the recent thing when, God, I can't even think, the big guy, the big comedian from Friday.
Faison?
Faison just made the comment about Dave Chappelle, was like, he's not funny. It's a lot of fluff in there. He kind of made that comment. No?
I have no thoughts. It's all, comedy's all arbitrary.
Subjective?
Everybody don't, it's subjective. Everybody in their cup of tea. You know what
You
I'm
ever
saying?
think you get
Do
to
you
a
like
point?
that? Do you like Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You ever
Yeah.
get to a point where like it doesn't matter? You've been funny for so long, people laugh at anything you say. I feel like Dave's
absolutely.
like that, and like
I call it celebrity
there's
grace.
there's a lot of people like that.
Because I've seen
like,
some celebrities who like, we love them from how we used to know them. And then they come back and people like go nuts when they get on stage and they start talking. You like, oh, you ain't been in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the celebrity grace that we give people. You know what I'm saying? I see it all the time. But I personally I don't know what I would do with my life if I don't perform for a week, I feel sick. Like something in me is like, I got to get on stage. Yeah. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about y'all podcast, but I wonder like, if y'all don't get a chance to have this energy, does it affect your, you know what I'm saying? Because this is almost like, this is the man cave.
Alejandro
You know what I'm saying?
just got itchy earlier, told me he's got to get back on his shit.
Yeah, this is the man cave right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine life is lifing, and then y'all not coming together to do this.
Right.
Because everybody here having a conversation. I'm looking at y'all face in between the comments, and you know what I'm saying? I know like this is a part of y'all therapy for life. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna sit in no therapist's office, but this right here for men, like this is dope.
Yeah.
Get a chance to get your rocks off, man, might get a little check from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Depending on the algorithm, if they want to be gracious to you.
TFU therapy session.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what we do, but this is what comedy is for me, man. All this stuff happening outside, I got to get on stage, talk about it.
Real men have feelings.
The new Jim Crow.
Damn. Well,
Outside is crazy.
Sorry about that.
How do you navigate through
I
that?
don't know.
How do you navigate through that?
How do I?
Yeah, because you were privy to black folk conversation. How do you say something, or you just like
I just keep my head
here?
down.
Okay, cool. Just asking.
It's not really my place, I guess, to comment on most of these things. So I just like
because usually white
sit
folks
in the
have
corner and feel sad.
usually
about
white
it.
folks have strong opinions about black people's and people of color's issues.
Well, I can't comment about a black female being attractive or not without the internet trashing me when I just have no intention of it being a race thing.
They don't like when he
It's just
on
whether or
black
not
women.
I think she's an attractive woman. You know what I mean? And more than likely, I like ethnic women more than white women anyways, historically speaking in my past. But, you know what I mean? You can't say nothing. So there's nothing for me to say.
But nothing's really lost. Like, if you don't get the comments, then you won't even know.
I almost got arrested during the Black Lives Matter movement for handing out pizzas, and then the cops were like, "Get off the fucking street!" And I was like, "I'm not moving the van." I had a van full of pizzas for everybody. Me and my homegirl Tyra got a bunch of pizzas. So you brought the protest snacks? Is that what you did? Over there, we was giving out fucking pizzas to everybody.
He bringing protest snacks?
Mainly though because we were opening a pizza shop, so I don't know.
I appreciate the effort, though. Pizzas. I always love white folks that get it. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
No, you just in the beginning you said the concern ones.
He's not concerned. Yeah. None of this stuff is affecting him, so he like chill. He's at the table. But the ones who don't have black friends is my issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
This is the thing that,
because everything's concerning to them.
There might be a day that I just don't show up, and it's because ICE might have taken me.
That's why I thought we was getting to the mustache part. That's why earlier I wanted to say something. Like, nobody's going to say nothing about why you changed the picture?
Like, there was already a report that they were looking at some like Puerto Ricans in Florida talking Spanish. And, so.
And what they going to do, go over there and arrest them?
Yes.
That sounds so fucking ridiculous.
I've been stopped in the border. I showed my ID and they still didn't believe me.
How'd you get here then?
Huh?
Boy, you so crazy.
Yeah, how'd you make it?
I was driving. They stopped me, and they had.
Who stopped you? ICE?
No, Border Patrol.
Okay, coming from Mexico,
from Arizona to California. They stopped me. I was in state. I showed them my California ID. They didn't believe me. They had the dogs search my car because they were looking for drugs they didn't find.
But you are dressed like you did it, though.
Yeah, no, I didn't have.
Whatever they thought you did, you dressed like you did it. Hoodie, black hat, like
you're not an
you like you did
person, Alejandro.
Yeah.
Who knows what you were actually doing?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You would think they'd have a better way of like detecting.
They definitely need a better way.
We had that scanner for COVID. I don't know if they can come out with one of those, but
I remember that. When they scanning like your forehead or something, I remember that. That was a wild time.
Yeah, everybody's got brain cancer from that shit. Lasers straight into your brain all day, every day.
Oh yeah, folks got married with mask on.
Yeah, could have waited.
That's back when we thought outside air would give us COVID.
Anyways, thank you for stopping in.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming in. Go follow him. Subscribe. Show up to Chocolate Sundays. Show up to his shows. Ron G in the house.
Please follow me, Comedian Ron G. Comedian RONG on all things. Don't block your blessing. Yeah.
That's right.
There you go.
Fellas.
That's it. We're out.
Woohoo. Thank you. Thanks, Alejandro. We can't close it without you guys' outro.